outcomes that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Friday Night Scoreboard. My name is Alan Noggle. I was on last week, and I'm back again this evening to talk high school football.
And you did a wonderful job, by the way, so good job on your first showing.
Thank you, Cody.
Name is Cody Jordan, and we'll be here talking about the scores, and let's go ahead and get on that real quick.
Been a good night of football, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. If nobody's been paying attention to the area of football tonight, even though there's been some teams that's been kind of new to certain teams, there has been some really good football tonight, man. I'm telling you, some really good football, especially with Grace. Grace Christian Academy had a really good game this evening, and in the third and fourth quarter, it looked like they were going to kind of get down, but defense turned around and made that game possible for Grace. Defense helped Grace out on that. Anyways, outside of that, some scores around the area. Looks like Clinton did lose to Carnes. Looks like it was a really good ball game, 24-21. I think that's what was the final score. Looks like it came down to the wire. I can't speak on things that went wrong for Clinton or what good for Carnes. I can just speak on the score, and it looked like maybe Clinton couldn't move the ball late and get down to get ahead of Carnes. And that probably is what hurt him, because I watched it with the last 2 minutes to go, and Carnes just had to run the clock out. We have a phone call. We're going to go ahead and take this caller real quick.
Good caller, you're on the air. Caller?
Hello?
They were just telling us the Anderson County score.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you anyway.
Well, the Anderson County score, by the way, was turned out to be 63-19.
So you were at that game. Tell us about it.
So the Anderson County and Heritage game was turned out in the beginning, first quarter and second quarter. I'd have to say first half was a really good ball game, right? So Anderson County kind of started out. I don't know if you would say it was just big game pressure, maybe. I don't know. Big game jitters. They just looked a little tense in the beginning. AC went on defense. Heritage got the ball first. Heritage kind of went down the field on them right away. Went up 6-0 because they missed a field goal. AC's first possession on offense didn't go really well. Booby, I believe, threw an interception right away. Pick 6. I think that's what got them up to 13-0. And then you could see it was kind of like more along the lines of the defense trying to figure out what Heritage was trying to run. Heritage didn't run a lot of double tight end this week, or at least against AC they didn't. I know Clinton they did. It looked more along the lines of like a hybrid single wing offense that they were trying to trying to run with that one tight end there on the corner. But anyways, so things got moving. Anderson County started figuring things out. Booby started getting comfortable. Xavion started getting comfortable. Went down and, I'm trying to remember, put up 3 unanswered scores when AC went up 21-13. Heritage kind of had like a little spurt of energy. Came back down, scored another touchdown, went up 19. It was still 21-19. And then after that, it was game over. Anderson County figured them out, and it was just they put the claws in, man. They didn't score another touchdown.
You mean horns? You mean horns?
Horns.
You mean horns?
Yeah.
Horn up?
Horns up.
Or is it this way?
Horns up. And then after that, it was all Anderson County. It was all Anderson County. And you can tell too that they were kind of Anderson. And Anderson County really didn't change their offense up too much, from what I understand. They still running that triple option offense, so Booby looked pretty good out there. I mean, different guys, but they were trying. Now, when Booby threw the interception, they did go back to running more, but they still let Booby build confidence, and that's what you want. And Booby's not a young quarterback, but he's a new quarterback in a new system, so you don't want to deteriorate him. You want to build him up. So that's kind of what they did. They built some confidence with Zay and Rocky, and Booby was carrying the ball too. Lane LaRue, I forget his first name, but LaRue's younger brother had a pick 6 tonight too. So shout out to Lane LaRue on that one. Zay had a really good night on the ground. I want to say I'd say he got close to 200 yards almost on the ground. I wouldn't be shy if he didn't. Outside of that, I'd say Anderson County's looking pretty good going into Carter next week. Carter's got some playmakers, but I think Anderson County's starting to feel pretty comfortable with Booby back there. Booby's making really good decisions. I mean, he had times you can see he's still kind of not looking off his receiver and not checking down to, secondary and thirdary progressions. But that'll come in time. You know what I mean? That comes in time. So outside of that, Anderson County should look really smooth going in the next couple of weeks. Carter's forces away. Got to get over them starting off bad away. I know Powell, they didn't start off bad, but this is your last home game before your first game, and you started off kind of rough. So maybe clean that up, but I think AC keeps rolling until week 10. I really do.
Well, welcome to the AC show, Anderson County show, Mr. Allen. I'm joking. I'm glad you told us that. How's the injury report for Anderson County before we move on?
Looking pretty good. Now, Heritage had a couple guys go down tonight.
Well, I mean, just
went down for a little while. It looked like he rolled his ankle, but man, everybody's back. Everybody's healthy.
Good. Let's see.
Oak Ridge looked good. Hey, big shout out to Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge got a big win. That win over Dobbins Bennett is not a light win there, man. That's a really good.
In fact,
win.
I'm really glad you.
And they dominated. They didn't just. It wasn't just a ball game. They dominated Dobbins Bennett, and that's really good. That's really good for Oak Ridge. Very proud of Coach Rang and Oak Ridge's crew over there for stepping up to the challenge. You know what I mean? Like, it's the next couple of weeks is going to be really challenging, but that's a good start to this 6A schedule. It's really good.
Yeah, that win over Dobbins Bennett, I believe, ties the overall series at 23, according to my sources.
Oh, wow, that's pretty good.
So,
and I know that game has been a lot of history in that game. And there's been a lot of really good football players that have been noticed because of them two teams playing. You know what I mean? So that Dobbins Bennett win's really good. And Oak Ridge has got a solid team. Oak Ridge had a solid team. They just given time to mature, man.
Yeah, we have a good football team, and I'm looking forward to hearing Coach Rank's thoughts on the game tonight.
They're
good.
Coalfield dominated tonight, 65 to nothing. Oliver Springs got the win. Harriman got a win. close ball game. But
Hey, Harriman.
Yeah,
Quiet, Coach Quayu getting his first win. Shout out to Coach Quayu. Hopefully someone can inform him to give us a call and talk about his first win. Congratulations, Coach Quayu.
That's really good. That was a really good, tight ball game. Grace Christian winning that 45-24.
Against Silverdale.
Loudon lost to Hickson.
Let me tell you what has happened to two once proud programs, Bearden and Farragut, both 0-3 for the season. Like, once proud programs, now they're like, Farragut's been struggling for a while, but now Bearden has joined in the ranks of the gutter with Farragut and West.
Well, you got, and I don't want to talk on the Bearden issue because I don't know a lot about that issue.
Oh, we know. Come on, we know what happened.
I just knew they had some things going on with the coaching staff and stuff like that.
All right.
Regardless of what it is, this is what's in front of you, and what's in front of you is the team that you have. Okay, so you can either cry about it or you can knuckle down and do something about it. And to me, I feel like, you know, Bearden to get back to there, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be because you got West and not saying Farragut does good. Farragut always starts out rough and then they finish strong. It's weird with Farragut because they've been like that for years, where they've had a really hard schedule in the beginning, and then some way they finish out strong, and that's what you want as a coach. As a coach, you want your struggles early, and then by week 6, 7, 8, when you're getting ready to get into playoffs and stuff, that's when you want to start gelling. That's when you start seeing the football field. That's when everything, in my eyes as a football player, starts slowing down, and you start reading what's in front of you.
Coach Gillum, I'll let you have the honors.
Oh, okay.
We
I'll take his phone call.
We have Anderson County head coach, Coach Gillum, and sir, this is your guy. Please.
All right. Hello, Coach Gillum. How are you? Welcome to the Free Medical Clinic Sports Show.
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Thanks for calling in, man. I'm gonna let you know, good win tonight, buddy. Really good win.
Thank you. They're a good team. We started out a little slow, but after we got rolling a little bit, it was the boys played pretty well.
Yeah. Yes. I have to agree with you. It looked kind of rough in the beginning, and then, man, once they started kind of figuring Heritage out, it was lights out.
Yeah, defensively, they come out and they made some big third downs and were aggressive, had a couple of little trick plays in there, and did a good job executing, and we weren't quite ready for them, and got the ball down the field and scored. Then we come out, made a bad read and threw a pick six right off the bat. So we were down, 13 to start out, but after that, the offense got rolling. Sometimes Jason made some big things happen that really weren't even there. He was just too much to handle for him, really. We knew we had a big speed advantage. We just, were trying to figure out scheme-wise how we wanted to get those guys in space and get them going. And, the particular play I'm thinking of, first touchdown, we really didn't have any space. He just reversed ground, outrun everybody, and then Coach Chadwell did a good job getting him the ball really the rest of the game in some situations. And, the way he started the game off really what got us the lead and gave us a little time to get some things going. Or we're still in a transition going from typical spread to gun triple, and it's new for everybody. Early, Booby had a really good game, but early on, still a little confused on the reads, and once he got the reads down and we were able to get the dive portion of the option going, it was really chunk plays, and offense was pretty explosive after that. I think that took him maybe 2 or 3 series to start feeling comfortable, and then offense really played well after that.
Yes, sir. I have to agree. I felt like he was a little nervous in the beginning. You know what I mean? Kind of like, all right, I got the wheel behind a speeding car in a really important game and don't want to mess up, and I felt like it got to him a little bit. And then, like you said, he knuckled.
Yeah, that's right. And to be fair to him, it's a whole different offense, and you go in and you practice all week, and you see your pitch, your dive read, and your pitch read, and you see him in practice. It's never quite the same look you get in the game, same speed, and like you're saying, the nerves, the intensity. So, there's a natural curve there to him getting some game reps and getting comfortable, getting some reads. So, I think it was, maybe late in the first quarter we started doing a better job of getting the dive going, and, he really did a good job after that.
Well, Heritage did a pretty good job with disguising their defense a little bit. Even with their offense, it seems like they changed their offense up a little bit, too, for this game.
They've got a lot in their bag for what they do on offense. Coach Oz does a good job of scheming up things, and, he's got a lot of RPOs going, and there's a lot of people live and a lot of misdirection, a lot of motions, formations, and it's a lot to prepare for. And, he did a good job early attacking us and with those trick plays. And but once our guys, really started doing their positions a little better where the trick plays were out, and then it just got to be a football game. I think our physicality and aggression kind of overwhelmed them a little bit.
Yep, I have to agree with you on that too, Coach. Yep.
Coach, how are you feeling about the rest of your season right now?
Well, we're pretty banged up. We took a couple more injuries tonight. We had 6 injuries from Catholic, and we're trying to get some of those guys back, but we still ain't got everybody back. It'll be a while before we get JD back, and Rocky played tonight, but he's still banged up, and we lost Keyshawn for a week or two, and Mason McMillan tonight for a week or two. So, I feel good about our players and how we're going to do the rest of the season, but, you keep trying to retool and make progress in what we're doing, and then you keep getting some curveballs thrown at you by losing another piece or two. So I thought Coach Chadwell and Coach St. Clair did a good job tonight, pulling in some other guys at halftime and getting them involved in the pitch phase and things. And, all the kids we brought in stepped up and played well. So I think it was good for us. We got a lot of people involved, and we've got a lot of depth at skill. But it's a little frustrating with the injuries and having to retool. But, we feel good about the rest of the season. Obviously, you got Alcoa sitting there at the end, so we'd like to get healthy and get some momentum before we get.
Yeah, that is a big game you'd like to get healthy for. Who are your next 2 opponents for the next 2 weeks?
We got Carter this week, and then we'll go to Chat Prep the following week. And then we got Gibbs at home the week after that. So it's you got 2 big region games in there, and then Chat Prep in the middle. And, all those region games are big. And Carter's got a quarterback that's started for 3 years now. He's dangerous, and they've always got some athletes and are real aggressive. So we're a little banged up in losing Keyshawn tonight. So, we got some good players, but it'll still be a lot to get ready for this week with them. It's a whole different style of offense, and then hopefully we can get everybody healthy by Gibbs minus JD. Gibbs game's always a big game. They're a well-coached team. It's a different style, and it'll be a big factor in the region standings.
Coach, I know before we let you go, I wanted to ask you a question about 2 former players of yours, Will Presley and Blaine Stansberry. Have you been keeping up with them and watching their progress on Oak Ridge?
I don't really get a whole lot of time to watch much. I know both of them's doing real well. I know somebody was bragging on Will today, just talking about, I think maybe when they were playing Clinton tried to zero him up, and, how hard that was, But I know they're both doing real well, having a real good season, real good careers. So other than just knowing they're doing good, it's hard to keep up with the details.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with my team halftime.
Yeah, I was at that game against Dobbins Bennett, and they both played very well. So I think you'd be proud of them.
What was the final there?
33-7.
Yeah, I figured they'd probably win big. Oak Ridge is good this year. They got, like with Presley and some other skill and Blaine and a good old line, they'll have a good shot in 6A. Them and Maryville and whoever comes out of that and goes to see Oakland.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're playing to face Oakland, us and Maryville. So, yeah, we're playing for second. What's up?
Just to let you know, Coach, Oakland did beat Pearl Coon. They shut them out.
Who did?
Oakland did. Shut them out 38-0.
Who'd they shut out?
Pearl Cone.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's the team to be eyeing out coming out of the West.
Yeah, Oakland's a new 6A power, and they're nothing to laugh at. They're tough to deal with. As good as Maryville's been, that Murfreesboro area has just grown so much. It's hard to keep up with the numbers and the athletes and things they got going down there right now.
That's really, as you said, that whole Murfreesboro area is growing a lot. And as you said, it's hard to keep up with the logistics and numbers because at this point it's a numbers game. Whether it's Maryville's growing too, and so is Oak Ridge, but Murfreesboro, it's a numbers game. We can't keep up with that many numbers.
Yeah, it ain't even close in numbers, and just like everywhere, you got good programs and kids try and get there, and the more kids that get to Oakland, the harder it is. It's just so much to pull from.
Right. Hey, Coach, do you want to shout out anybody real quick before we let you go? Anybody tonight that stood out like as a leader or
we had a lot of kids play big tonight. I thought Reese Russell for us was just a catalyst all night, throwing his body around, making plays on special teams. He ended up getting a big pick late in the game, but he does so many things that just don't show up on the stat line and leadership wise. Man, he is just he's a warrior, and really gives us something that we'd really be hurting without.
Good. Very good. Well, Davey, Coach, I know if you're not home yet, man, I wish you safe travels, and God bless you, sir, and thank you for calling in.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Have a good evening.
All right.
Big win for AC.
Yeah, big win for AC.
And we'll wait for DJ to get on here because I want to talk about Clinton.
So Oliver Springs beat Wartburg 44-0, and we lost. There we go. Everybody knows out. Kingston won tonight, 30-6. Whitwell lost to Grundy. That's a team for
Grundy County.
And let's see, anybody there worthwhile? No.
Beach, not a shocker there. They won. Cascade winning. Lincoln County. See, none of these teams matter. They're not from. Why do we have these teams on here? They're not from this area. They ain't from this area. I thought this was the East Tennessee show, not the Nashville show.
Tennessee's from here, Cockey County.
Yeah.
Happy Valley.
Happy Valley being happy tonight with 39-0.
Greenville beat Seymour. That's not a shocker.
Yeah, I just want to continue to harp on how hard of times Farragut and Bearden have fallen on. That's just
Maryville over Cleveland. Well, Bearden.
Yeah, both Bearden and Farragut falling on hard times. Like ever since Coach Jones left, Bearden lost a lot of those recruits to Anderson County, which is not a bad thing. I just want to point out.
McMinn County won again. Well, they lost last week. They lost to I wouldn't say a really good team, but they lost to Walker Valley, which was a shocker.
What do you think's happened to Farragut? We know what's happened to Bearden with losing a lot of those recruits and their coach.
How's Sevier County, dude? Sevier County win or were they on bye?
I'm not sure.
Walker Valley. Bradley Central over Farragut. So Farragut's 0-3 right now. Gibbs won over Morristown East. The scores don't do these games justice. Some of these games anyway. Some of these games didn't get blown out until late.
Somebody going down to Jellicoe. Yeah, so, all right, let's talk about it. Farragut and Bearden. We know what's happened with Bearden losing their coach during the offseason and losing a lot of those players to Anderson County. We all know that. That's not a shocker why they're falling on hard times. But what has happened to Farragut?
Well, yeah, I'm kind of worried, too, because from everything. Well, we got a caller coming in.
Who is this? No, we don't know? All right. Yes, sir. Good caller. You're on the Anderson County Sports Show.
Am I the only caller calling in? What's going on?
No, you're not. You just missed coach. Well, you missed the Anderson County head coach, so you can call it the Anderson County Show. Horn up.
All right, we got the jersey going on too.
What can we do for you, caller? How can we assist you?
Unbelievable. This Mark Packer. Who am I talking to?
You're talking to Cody Jordan, who you saw at the Oak Ridge game.
Sounds good, man. What a game tonight for Demillion Porter. 179 yards on the ground.
Wow.
2 touchdowns on the ground, had a touchdown receiving on a wheel route out of the backfield. I mean, just a man among boys tonight as Oak Ridge flexes their muscles. They win 33-7, and I think a statement game tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, does it really matter? Not really. It's a non-region game, but at the same time, a statement game to beat a Dobbins-Bennett team that came in at 3-0.
Yeah, right. Undefeated. That's the crazy thing. They were undefeated, and they got their butts kicked in Oak Ridge.
Yeah, I mean, I think when they started with the 26-20 win over Central, I don't think we really, Central has been okay lately. They were 4-6 a year ago, but you thought, it doesn't really tell me much. And then we watched Central beat West a week ago.
Yeah.
29-21, and then like, wait a minute, maybe that Dobbins-Bennett win over Central was fairly impressive. Don't know much about the North Carolina school and Yates City, Virginia. They win those 2 games, they're 3-0. This their first, I guess, real game outside of Central, and DB had a number of things go against them. But Blaine Stansberry, the quarterback, at halftime, he was 11 of 13 for 127 yards, very efficient. The defense played really well, and I think Oak Ridge has got a chance, to be in line to have a trip over to Maryville that last Thursday in October of a game that's going to have a lot of meaning to it.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough game. And as we were talking about the AC coach, right now it's us and Maryville playing for Oakland. That's really what it boils down to.
Well, and here's the thing, though. I've heard some people say that don't sleep on Blackman.
Right.
Blackman's 4-0. Creasy has dominated over in Murfreesboro. But here's the interesting scenario. When you talk about the differences of the playoff matchups, where Region 1 plays Region 2, used to be all the way through the quarterfinals. Well, now Region 1 plays Region 2 in the first round. And then second round, you're going to end up having 1 against 4, 2 against 3. You're going to have a second round game where a Maryville and an Oak Ridge potentially.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Are playing an Oakland and a Blackman or Riverdale, and over the last few years, athletically, and some Maryville coaches told me the other day, athletically, they don't match up with the Murfreesboro schools. Now, they play really good football, but athletically, you're bringing the Murfreesboro schools in a week or 2 earlier than you have been, so those playoffs are going to really be interesting.
And they're going to, I said this earlier on Facebook, that this year's playoffs, I feel like, will really determine who really earned a state championship. And I'm not saying that the previous years haven't been a good, playoff thing, but like you said, these matchups 2 and 3 are going to be good football. It's going to be really good football.
Well, we start with 6A, and that's kind of where we're camping out. 4A, I think, is the new 3A. No disrespect to Anderson County or anybody, but the Alcoa team that I saw go over to West and beat them 35-0 last night is in a different level from Anderson County and Greenville and Elizabethton. Okay, those 3 have been battling it out the last few years. Okay, well, there's a new dog in town, and the new dog's got a big bite to him.
Yeah.
Alcoa.
Coach, I want to talk to you a little bit, if you have time, of course. I know you're looking forward to your Waffle House trip, but I want to talk to you a little bit about what has happened to Farragut and Bearden. Now, we all know what's happened with Bearden and all that off-season stuff, coaching turmoil and players leaving for Anderson County, but what's happened to Farragut?
Yeah, I think the talent level has gone down a little bit. There are a number of players. Look, let's just call it is what it is. In the day and age of high school players being paid a little bit of money to go somewhere else and saying they live somewhere else, Farragut has lost some key players to some other schools coming out of 8th grade. And so Jeff Courtney taking over for his dad, they don't have the talent that they used to. And it used to be for Farragut that a down year was 7-3. Well, I'm going to have Farragut and Bearden on Rivalry Friday in a couple of weeks, and they both very likely will be winless.
Bro, yeah, that could be each one of those programs' first win. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
Crazy.
They used to be. I was telling Alan here, what was once 2 very proud programs have now fallen in the gutter of the pit. and it just astonishes me. And
gutter, it's
the gutter. They're both 0-3. They're gonna, who knows how many wins they're gonna get during the season. And
0-4. You know, Farragut's 0-4.
Oh, excuse me, 0-4.
Losing to Bradley. I mean, not trying to pile on or anything.
I live in
Farragut. Daughter went to Farragut, but it's just a different day. It's also interesting at the start of the year. Austin Price and I had a conversation, and this was just a real conversation. This wasn't trying to put anybody down or anything, but said if you took the 4 West Knoxville schools of Bearden and Farragut and Carnes and Hardin Valley, what was the over-under for total wins for all 4 of them combined for the 10-week regular season? And we put it at 10.5.
Wow.
And you start looking at it, and the under might hit.
Right, because you got Bearden, Farragut, Carnes.
Yeah, they're all near each other.
Yeah,
so
four teams, 10 games. That's 40 games, and you only get 10 wins out of that. That's. Is that because
they're all going to play each other. So I mean, you're guaranteed, essentially, a few wins. The question is, can any of them beat anybody else? And once again, I'm not trying to pile on or anything. It's just that's unfortunately where I think those programs are right now. Bearden, obviously, Josh Jones was pushed out and everybody left. And I had Bearden expanding to rivalry Thursday and rivalry Friday. I had Bearden on my TV schedule 5 times.
Wow.
And I had to pull out on 4 of them after what happened because I knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
If Bearden had all the players that they had before they all left, I had them on against West to start the season. I had them on against Alcoa in week 2. I had them on against Maryville. I had them on against Oak Ridge, and I had them on against Farragut. And I had to pull out of all 4 of those except for the Bearden Farragut game.
Right, because of the town, what just happened this past year. Now Bearden, they can get back there, but it's going to take a while, man. Because
good luck with that.
Players want to go to West. You stand a chance at West of winning a state championship.
But West is losing as well, so that doesn't make sense. Both West is losing as well. So, but real quick, I want to talk to. This will be my final question to you before I let you get those waffles at Waffle House. But what's going on at Clinton?
Oh, goodness gracious!
They just lost tonight, so now they're 0-3. Yeah, they're on the outside looking in, and I just looked at my schedule, or I looked at Clinton's schedule on my phone. I could be wrong, and you can prove me wrong, please do. But it looks like they will only get 1 win this year, and that would be against Campbell County, who has only scored 1 touchdown on the entire year, and that was the first game of the season.
I think Clinton's got a young new coach. I think it takes time to change a culture, especially when you're right down the street from a program like Anderson County that's been winning, playing for state championships, winning state championships. I think it takes you a little bit of time to convince your kids to stay home.
Yeah.
I'm trying to convince them to stay at Clinton. So what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Do you keep the kids and then you win because you kept the kids? Or do you keep the kids because you start winning? I mean, that's the challenge for Clinton.
Popped your neck.
Right, that is a challenge for Clinton, and Coach Dawson can do it, and it's going to take time. Like that's the one thing that I've noticed with the Clinton community is they want oral fixation. They want, I won't say oral fixation, but like they want it and they want it now. But it's not going to happen now in that community. But that community.
Well, it won't happen this year. But I will say this: in the day and age of players being paid, players getting a little bit of something. It is what it is. We can all not talk about it, but teams can get pretty good pretty fast.
This is true.
This is true.
Play. You're paying to play. Coach, thank you so much for calling in. Enjoy that Waffle House. Our phone lines are getting pretty hot right now.
Hey, Mark Packer.
Yo.
What you think about that haircut?
DJ Pendergrass.
Yeah, it is.
Superstar in his own mind.
Superstar in his own mind. Ain't that the truth?
Hey, thanks for calling in, man. We'll talk later.
Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the Anderson County Maverick Show.
This is definitely not.
No, it's the free medical clinic show.
Who we got on the line, caller?
It's Matt Lowe from Powell.
Coach Lowe, tell me something slick so I can slide,
talk
man.
to us, Coach Lowe. You just got done listening to Mark Packard. Tell us about Powell tonight.
Well, Powell
did some good things. The defense certainly stepped up. We played a William Blunt team that was averaging 52 points a game, and their defense and our kids were challenged all week, and they stepped up, found a way to make plays.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one, Coach. Yep, I was wondering if that game was going to be a dogfight or if it was going to be a blowout, and it looked like Powell stepped up to the challenge, man. I'm going to say that I'm proud of that as an Anderson County fan. I like high school football, and I'm proud when teams take that step to say, hey, look, man, I'm tired of being like that, and I want to do something about it.
Coach Lowe.
So much credit goes to those young people that, you can challenge them all week long, and when they step up and they respond, it's a great thing to watch.
Coach Lowe, I heard my boy Mir got his first touchdown tonight.
Well, Mir Porter scored his first high school touchdown tonight. Caught him a little slant down about the 8-yard line. Spiked the ball or put the ball right on the goal line for his first touchdown.
Man, my man. Congratulations, Coach, man.
Coach, again, congratulations. And real quick, can you do us a favor? Can you say roll Wildcats roll?
Probably not going to get that one. I can give you a Go Panthers if you want it.
Go Panthers, let's go.
I'll tell you what, well, how about we massage my back, I massage yours. Roll Wildcats, roll Go Panthers.
I'll let you do the first part. I'll finish it up.
Yeah. Is there anybody that you want to shout out that stood out to you tonight, Coach Lowe, like in a leadership or just stepped up in a big-time play or anything? Is anybody on your team that fits that description?
I think on both sides of the ball, I certainly think that, that defensive line led by Iverson Garcia and Caleb Akers, they did a fantastic job. William Blunt has a very athletic, very good quarterback who does a great job. He hurt us quite a bit early on. They made the adjustments, found a way to corral him, got some hits on him there in the late first half, early second half, and did a great job of shutting down a lot of what he's been doing the last 3 weeks. And, offensively, I thought our receiver corps did a great job stepping up. Offensive line did a great job of pass protection, and Deuce Rogers certainly had his best night of the season.
Oh man, that's good. I was so worried after the Anderson County game and watching him hold his knee like he did. I was like, man, I really hope Deuce is going to be okay.
Deuce is great.
I'm telling you, I'm very proud of that young man. I watched him last week when he I don't know the name of the team. I'm sorry about that, but I watched that game on TV and Deuce stepped up. Man, you could see that like something awoke in that young man, and I'm waiting to see what he does later on.
Well, he had a good one last week, and he trumped that a little bit tonight by putting together a heck of a performance.
You know how many yards he had at all?
I don't. No idea, but there were a bunch.
Well, good. Coach, thank you so much for calling in. And final question is, who do you play next week?
We're at Carnes. Region game at Carnes next Friday. At
Carnes, and they just had a big win tonight against your Clinton Dragons. While we're at it, go Dragons for me.
Go Panthers. Go Panthers,
man. Go Panthers.
All right, Coach Lowe, call again next week, and we'll be looking forward to talking to you again.
You got it. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, sir. You have a good night.
Thanks.
Go ahead, caller. You're on the Powell Panther Show.
Here's Coach Rain.
Coach Rain, never mind. You're on the Oak Ridge Show, Coach Rain. You're on the Oak Ridge Show, Coach Rain. Don't get mad at me, Coach. Don't get mad at me, Coach.
Hey, Coach Rain, before you start, let me start out with a roll, Wildcats, roll.
Real quick, Coach Rain, how are the Braves doing in Atlanta? I know David's down there.
I don't know. Like I said, I couldn't tell you the latest thing about Major League Baseball right now. I know me and David talked a little bit about the Braves not having a great season, so I mentioned to David, well, you probably won't have to miss any Oak Ridge games for playoff games. We kind of chuckle about that. But since I guess he'd informed me the Braves have been in the playoffs the past 7 years, and I didn't know that. So, but like I said, I couldn't tell you what's going on down there.
Real quick, so I know you called while Mark Packard from Rivalry Friday was on there, and you got a chance to listen to Coach Lowe from Powell. I'm assuming you were able to hear both of those conversations over the phone?
No. I was not. It was it just was blank on my end. I didn't really hear anything. Okay. So
I was not watching the broadcast.
It was kind of interesting. I was just kind of sitting here. We we have this new camera now that films the games for us and puts it in our Huddle account, and I was kind of playing around with that, and then we're getting a drone shot put in right now, trying to, the drone we fly over the field and everything. So just trying to get that put in, and we'll kind of, assess that and go from there.
Right.
Well, tell us about
tonight, man. You got a big win. Be happy. Be loud and proud about it, boy, because that's a good win.
Yeah, I think number one, I think they're a good football team. I think, just seeing them in person, when I watched them on film, I felt like their offensive line was really good, and I love their quarterback. When I was watching him on film, I thought he was super savvy, as far as just making plays with his legs and just kind of managing the offense from what they wanted to do. And, I felt like tonight it was kind of unique. We just we were able to kind of, they were kind of driving down, and we were able to, stop them, and they ran out of time in the first half. They, and then we stopped them on a couple big fourth downs in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was obviously a big win for us, and, it's kind of one of those things that we made some timely stops, and to hold them to 7 points I thought was pretty big. They had, been averaging about 26, 27 points a game, generally scoring the 3-4 touchdown mark in their games. So we knew it'd kind of be a faster-paced game just with the style of play, but we're just proud of the way we fought and competed and got a win.
Good. Yep.
Coach, who do you play next week?
Cleveland.
I'm sorry, what team?
Cleveland.
Is that at Cleveland?
It's at Cleveland.
No, it's at Blankenship.
Oh, good.
At Blankenship. So tell us about Cleveland. I don't know if you looked ahead, but do you know anything about
That's
Cleveland?
First reason winning right there, buddy.
You know what? Cleveland's in a situation where they had a late coaching change. They had a coaching change in April or May, one of the two, and they have lost some players to transferring to other schools. And I think they're young, and I think they have a really good coach in there, but I think they're young right now. I think they're 0-4, but they've been competitive in all the games. So it's not like, when you lose a game 29-20 or you lose a game, 38-20. I mean, they've kind of been competitive in all the games. So I think they're young. They're building. I think anytime I feel like in this day and age, you kind of have a coaching change when the last guy may have, was kind of a recruiter and brought some players in. I think, you lose some players via your roster, and I think they're young. I think they have a really athletic receiver. The quarterback can really spin it. I think they're throwing the ball anywhere from 32 to 38 times a game. So, and part of that's they're behind. So when you're behind, you're going to try to throw it to catch up and score. But I think, the biggest thing for us is to try to still build this positive momentum and, see if we can still play well on homecoming week.
Yeah, Coach, it's starting to look like the playoffs are going to be shaped a certain way. Looks like you and Maryville are going to be fighting to face off in Oakland. That's just my opinion. Of course, a lot of things can happen, but it's starting to look that way.
Well, you haven't entered region play yet, have you, Coach?
Yeah.
No, we've not been in region play. So, I think our guys just need to understand, like before you talk about Maryville or Oakland, whatever, we got to, we got Cleveland and Bradley. We have the Bradley County schools back to back.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's not been a lot of carryover between Oak Ridge and Cleveland historically. I know Bradley there's been more. So I think our kids have to understand these are big games. These are big region games. We need to start out the region season on a positive note.
Right.
And then we finish up with Bearden, Hardin Valley, Farragut, Maryville. So those are all very, very familiar teams right there in West Knoxville or Maryville with Oak Ridge. So, I think we don't start region play yet, but we're excited to be 4-0. We're 4-0 in the non-region slate. So I think that's a big deal. And like we said, it starts next week with Cleveland.
Well, that one's at home.
Roll.
So that's
I'm saying with Cleveland at home, yeah.
Yeah. So and then that Bradley Central would be on the road then, right?
Yeah, Bradley's on the road.
Cool. So sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I apologize. So
yeah, you're fine.
You look at it as a teaching standpoint, like, man, if you can pick up that win at home, that road trip is how do I put this, like, juicier. You know what I mean? Like, you have more excitement going into that road trip, and then if you drop that game at home, then you're going on that road trip kind of like questioning yourself. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's important, to play well at home. I think, like we said, you want to be 1-0 in region play. You want to win the game at home, and I think that's kind of a big deal. Like you said, just get that, get that home win. obviously, Cleveland's a talented football team, right. And I think, it's important to, start out region play on a positive note. And, but you're right, if you come out and you don't play well at home and then you got to go to Bradley, that's obviously a tough place to play.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different scenarios that can happen, but I think what we're trying to do is take things 1 week at a time.
1 week at a time, right.
Coach,
right.
You know what I've noticed, Coach? This is DJ, Coach. I've noticed, you're an amazing coach, and I tell everybody that, how great you are as a coach. But beyond what you do as a coach, the stands are packed in the Blankenship field, and they have been every home game this year, and that's phenomenal, and that's just a tribute to what you've done and helped build there. So, I mean, do you want to got anything to compliment on that? I mean, because their fans are showing up this year.
I thought it worked out well. We started the season on Thursday, which we were the first game anywhere. So I felt like there was a big crowd for that because there weren't any other games going on. We had a lot of people from other areas coming in to watch a game. And I felt like tonight the big deal was DB. DB's back on the schedule.
Right.
And I think that was a game people wanted to see, like Oak Ridge and DB play. There's a lot of natural history there.
Yes.
So I think it goes down to, like you said, we're starting 3-0. We're winning games. We're kind of fun to watch. We're scoring some points, whatever, playing good defense. And then also the opponents, Halls and DB, just the timing of it. Cleveland, that'd be the goal next Friday, get a big crowd for Cleveland because we've not played them a lot over the years. It's a longer road trip, whatever, for them.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see if we can get a big crowd again to, cheer on the 4-0 Cats.
I love it.
Right, yeah.
I love it.
Woo, roll, Wildcats, roll.
You better know it.
Coach, thank you again for calling. We'll let you go, and we're looking forward to talking to you again next Friday.
I got one
Yes,
more.
sir, we'll see y'all.
Oh, hold on,
I'll
Coach.
be good.
I got one more question for you, Coach, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that stood out this evening that had like a leadership role or just stood out on a certain play that stood out to you that you want to shout out?
I really think defensively, just looking at everything, I thought Tyree Porter made some nice plays in the secondary. I thought Amante Bishop made some nice plays at linebacker, and I thought Tajay Walters was really dominant nose. And then offensively, Million Porter had a big night carrying the football. I thought Stansbury ran the ball well. Quarterback, I thought we had some designed quarterback runs, and I thought he ran the ball as well as he has.
Yeah.
Since I've been here, we ran for 241 yards on the ground.
Oh.
So I think it was a kind of an old school Oak Ridge night. We run for 241 team yards. Quarterback, running back did some nice damage with their legs, and then the defense played well. So, nice team win.
Good.
Coach,
Good.
Real quick, I just want to let you know, with that win tonight, that now ties the Oak Ridge Dobbins-Bennett series. So good job.
Yes, sir, we did it. We tied it.
Yes,
Awesome.
sir. All right, Coach, good luck.
Good luck, man.
See y'all.
Yes, sir.
See y'all.
I think we'll take our first commercial break.
Oh, awesome, man. See you guys in the back in a little bit, DJ, you got anything to say?
You got to say commercial.
Oh, okay.
The Free Medical Clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward.
Especially for our rural and minority neighbors.
With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved.
For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Josh Anderson is a Republican who has fought for families across Anderson County throughout his adult life. Josh is a farmer, a husband, and a father. For 4 generations, his family has lived in Anderson County. A graduate of the University of Tennessee, Josh has served on the Anderson County Commission for 7 years and served as chairman for 3 years. Josh is a businessman who will put his experience to work for all of us. A supporter of term limits, Josh believes 2 terms as mayor is enough. Josh Anderson believes leadership starts with listening.
This week on Rivalry Friday, it's Harriman at Rockwood. Coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. on The Knox.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results, 546-1111.
Upgrade your home with stunning natural gas appliances from Oak Ridge Utility District. Enjoy 0% financing with approved credit and turn your dream kitchen into a reality. Call today for a free estimate, get free delivery on all purchases, and enjoy handsome incentives on our appliances. Free delivery, 0% financing, and impressive incentives makes now the perfect time to switch to affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas. Don't wait. Choose Oak Ridge Utility District, your affordable energy choice. Call now or visit our website to get started.
Dude, your defense stepped up big time.
All right, welcome back, Coach. Pendergrass, do you want to talk about our sponsors?
Yeah, welcome back to the Friday Night Scoreboard, the free medical clinic Scoreboard. The free medical clinic mission is to provide medical and noun health care for low-income and uninsured for residents living in Anderson, Morgan, and Roane County. Thank you, free medical clinic, for all you do. Right now we have the man, the myth, the legend, the twin, Coach Justin Price from Grace on the line. How you doing, Coach?
Doing good, man. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, I'm glad you called in, man. I didn't think I was going to be able to catch you. I thought the excitement was up in the sky, and I was going to miss you until Monday.
Oh, no, man. We're actually still down here on the field, man. It's a big night for our school tonight, man. Just an electric atmosphere and a big win.
Absolutely. Give us a little bit of insight about, how did you prepare for this game and how you guys executed?
Well, Silverdale's got a great program. I think they were ranked 4th in the state in our division. And, they're just one of those. You can tell they program it the right way. And then last year, we're 8-0, and they came in here and, kind of embarrassed us, took it to us pretty good. So it was, it was just one of those games. We knew we were going to be up for it. And, to walk away with the 45-24 win's huge. But, man, it was a close game, and our defense came up huge in the fourth quarter. And, Jace Ballard, man, just had some phenomenal plays, ended up 4 touchdowns. So it was just a total team effort, but just a big win for our program.
Coach, how do you prepare with, your star? You have a lot of stars that can catch the ball and take it the distance. But everybody's talking about Terrion Thomas, and you've already transitioned and moved forward. How was that transition for you, and how's it going?
Well, you can't replace Terrion Thomas. I mean, him not being out here the rest of the year is going to be tough for us. We know that. Obviously, can't wait to see what he's going to do his senior year. I think it's going to be something special. But, what you have to do is, when you're trying to build a program, it's got to be bigger than one individual player. We knew that. We knew we had a lot of good, talented players around Terrion. And then, last week our starting quarterback, Tracy Derry's is going to be out for a while now, too. And so, just some adversity that we faced as a program. But, I told our kids last week, I think we're built for it. We've worked hard since we've been here, and we still got some talented players still left, and, they showed out big tonight.
Indeed, and it shows, Coach. You always have done a great job with your programs, always been a great leader. And we love the way you do things, man. Give a shout-out to some of those guys in the trenches who really held it down for you.
Yeah, our offensive line is the same 5 guys we had last year. And tonight, early on, we were running the ball with J.V. Stinson back there.
Big freshman.
Kind of consistently, but no big runs. But you saw in the second half, specifically in the fourth quarter, we started running some outside plays, and our line kind of took over. And, our left tackle, Colt Brooks, left guard, Keith Nave, center, Tate Black, right guard, Will DeLong, and right tackle, Caden Gang. And all 5 of those guys, man, they're smart football players, and man, they're physical. They work well together. Coach Josh Kerr, he's about as good as you're going to get as an offensive line coach. And understanding run game, and those guys are playing at a high level up front.
Yeah, absolutely, and it shows. You also have some star guys everywhere across the field. You got you got Weber. Those wide receivers being able to catch the ball, even with your backup quarterback who's come in and done a phenomenal job. How did they play against Riverdale? What was their mindset?
Well,
I'm sorry, not Riverdale, Silverdale. Sorry.
I think Weber's just one of those. I think we had a post about him, Mr. All Around. I mean, he rarely comes off the field. He starts on defense, plays an important role over there, then on offense plays receiver every snap, and has to block some, has to go catch some passes, and Weber had another big night. In the second half again, he's playing really lights out on defense right now. And, Blake Perky's a senior receiver for us who just plays a lot. I don't know if he caught any tonight, but just his presence, teams are making us run the football. I think it's just our perception of, in our history, they know we can throw the ball and they know we want to, but, so they're kind of still, dropping 8 at times and forcing us to run it. But Hudson Burnett's another receiver that played well. And then, can't say enough about Jace Fowler. I think he's got 8 touchdowns in the past 2 weeks.
Wow.
Tonight he caught a touchdown, ran a touchdown, returned a kick for a touchdown. I mean, he's just an elite player with elite speed.
And that freshman running back of yours, he had 2 touchdowns too tonight. He's good. That kid's going to be good.
He's special.
He's a really good fill-in for the guy.
That's his brother.
Oh, that's his brother?
That's his little brother.
Man, I'm telling you what, you got 2 special kids right there, Coach.
Yeah, you're right. Terry on challenges JV. They're both so talented, and they're different style of runners too.
Yeah.
And JV, to be a freshman, what he's doing is phenomenal. I think he had another 100 yards tonight.
Wow.
Against Silverdale,
games and already over probably 400 and something yards rushing, and JV's just a hard runner. He's elite speed and physical. I mean, it's fun to watch these guys play. JV's he every time he touches it, he could go score. And so it's been fun to watch this team come together, even with some adversity we've hit. Obviously, big win tonight, but you only get to enjoy them for so long at this time of year.
Yeah. Yep, ain't that the truth? It's going by fast, isn't it, Coach? Just seems like it just started yesterday.
Yeah, no doubt.
Coach, we appreciate you calling in. Good luck next week, and give us a call next week whenever you win again.
We appreciate it. Thank you, DJ. Good to talk to you guys.
Yes, sir. You have a good evening.
Have a good night.
See ya.
See ya.
That's Coach Justin Price from Grace. Taking care of business. Silverdale has been really knocking people down, and I had Silverdale winning that game just because of the scores that they have been putting up, and I think they destroyed Webb. But Webb again, I see they lost tonight. Webb is not having such a great season, but those Price twins, man, they know what to do. They know how to take care of business, and it shows. They're leading by example, and they're ready to go. We have somebody else on the line.
Yeah, I do believe so. Who is this? Coach?
Coach Napier.
You go ahead and talk, Coach. Go ahead and talk.
Hey.
One heartbeat.
Yeah.
What's up, Coach? Tell me something slick so I can slide.
I got a big win tonight, 2-0 in the region.
Talk about it. Let's hear about it.
Kids came out, played well, started fast. One of those things we talked about is that good teams got to come out and put teams away early, and I thought our kids came out and took care of business.
Yeah, and you guys do that well. You work hard in the off season, and it shows during season. Coach, give me a little bit of insight on those guys in the trenches. You want to give those guys a shout out. How's the trenches going on both sides for you?
It's actually, they are playing really well. I told you that that was the area that concerned me, was up front going into the season. You know, how are we going to play up front, replacing some guys? And those guys are busting their tail, and they're getting better every week, and they're becoming a strength of our football team, especially offensively. They're getting after it, and we're having some success running the football.
Absolutely. Jaden Bunch, I had him on the show Wednesday on Exogen Sports. We talked about one more touchdown will break the record, about 700 more yards will break the all-time record at Cofield. How many touchdowns did he have tonight, and do you know how many yards he had tonight?
He finished probably around 75 yards, limited amount of carries tonight. He had 2 touchdowns, took another punt back. You know, it was one of those situations. We got a lot of really great athletes at Cofield, and trying to find touches for everybody can be challenging at times. And tonight was one of those nights where nobody had a lot of touches, and but everybody contributed, did their part. And our kids, they're great kids. They don't worry about who does what. It's, are we winning at the end of the day? And Jaden's the same way. He understands. We could have ran him 20 times tonight and he could have probably scored 10 touchdowns and had 300 and something yards, but there's no reason to do that. He had probably, off the top of my head, I'd say 5-6 carries, around 75 yards and 2 touchdowns. Was able to get Hedrick a couple carries.
That was my next guy.
He scored a couple times. We were able to get a couple freshman running backs some carries, and then was able to try to get some receivers involved, get our passing game going. If we can get that dialed in, we're going to be really good offensively. Defensively, pitched our first shutout of the year. Thought it's probably the best our linebackers have played so far this year. They're starting to figure out what we're wanting, and when we get them going, we're going to be scary on both sides.
Yeah, Coach, I've coached Hedrick. I've coached Waylon Burgess, as you know, in basketball. But there's also a guy that I heard just came in that I've coached for many years and try to be a mentor to him, Jaquan Benton. Is he playing yet?
He is not yet. He is with us. He's enrolled at school. He's, taking care of business in the classroom and practicing with us every day. He's not played yet.
Absolutely. What's your expectations for that young man coming on? I mean, Waylon Burgess and Jaquan, that's dangerous, Coach.
That is a lot of size at wide receiver at the 1A level. I mean, you're looking at 6'4" and 6'4" split out. That is tough to defend. Jaquan's been great to have. He's, like I said, he's respectful. He's doing everything he's supposed to do. He's practicing his tail off, and hopefully we can get him out there.
His day will come. His day will come.
Yeah. And who do you have next week?
Midway,
yeah.
Another big region one.
Yeah.
Next week we'll go to Midway. That's always pretty historically at Coalfield. Midway's been a tough place for us to go play. We usually don't play the best there, so we got a challenge ahead of us. They got a couple guys that can really play.
Coach, no doubt that you will take care of business. You've got a good program. You got some good players, and we are looking forward to having you next week.
It sounds good.
One heartbeat,
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, thank you for calling.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go to line 2 here.
Busy.
Go ahead, you're on the air.
Yeah, it's Coach Webb at Rockwood.
Coach Webb. How you doing, Coach Webb? I see you got a big victory tonight. Let's talk a little bit about that preparation into it. I was there in the preparation because you told your guys to tackle me because I was in blue. So how did the preparation turn over into actually putting it all together on the field?
Well, these guys, like I said, you was out there. I felt like we had a good week of practice this week, and we've had good weeks of practice all year long. And these guys know that we're, pretty close to being a decent football team. We played pretty well at times, last week. And obviously, other times we didn't. But these guys know that they've got a chance to be a decent football team.
Indeed, Coach. I love to give a shout-out to those guys in the trenches because in the newspapers and on Facebook and all the social media outlets, you see the quarterbacks, the wide receivers, and running backs. Let's give a shout-out to some of those guys in the trenches that was leaders for you and headed down.
Well, we've got a good group of seniors. That's one thing that, I've been a little bit disappointed in. We've had a little bit of adversity, first couple, 3 games here or whatever, and we've not handled it very well. And, we shouldn't be that way right now. We've got an older group of kids. We can't say that we're young anymore. We've been doing that the last couple of years, and we have been, but this year we're not. These seniors, they're good leaders, they're good people, and I enjoy being around them, and they're starting to take it to heart. So hopefully it'll just continue to help us and help us get better.
Good deal. The quarterback you got out there is a pretty tall super athlete. I think he plays 10 sports. Injury last year kind of plagued you guys. He's back. How's he doing? How's his health, and how's he performing?
He's doing well. He's a great kid as well. Last week, we threw it 16 times, and he did a good job. And that's not us. We're wanting to throw the ball more. With him, and we think we got some guys that can catch the football, so we are obviously going to throw it some more than what we normally have been. And I probably called 20 pass plays last week. And, he took and run it a few times, but like tonight, the offensive line was really in sync. They was really wanting it. He was over there, and he don't care if we throw it or run it as long as we win. And that's just a tribute to him. Being a kid that enjoys playing the game, and he's playing it really well. He's a good leader. Very smart kid, that not having to have, almost having another coach on the field right there. So it's really good, we got somebody like that.
Indeed. You also have a big, tall tight end, I believe he plays, or slot wide, and that's Gibson. He's, about 6'3", 6'4" as well?
Yeah, he sure is.
How's he maturing with the Tigers?
We've really been counting on him to get a little better defensively, and he played a lot for us tonight, and I thought he played well. We've not been able to get him on the field, the last couple of weeks defensively, but he's getting better and better. Now, he is a young kid. He's a sophomore. Yeah. Didn't play a whole lot for us last year, so really this is, his first experience in high school football, and he's just going to get better each and every day.
Absolutely, Coach. Absolutely. You guys did a great job. I'm sorry for wearing blue to your practice field, but moving forward, we know next week you have a television game, Robbery Thursday game. First Robbery Thursday game is a Robbery Friday. Sorry, Robbery Friday game that's going to be on televised at Rockwood versus Harriman, the longest rival in Tennessee. I won't come up there in blue, Coach, but give me a little bit about, your preparation going in to play Coach Kwayu Graham as he take over the Blue Devils.
Well, I always tell the kids, enjoy the weekend, when especially when we win a ball game. And I told them, to enjoy it. This is the bus ride back to Rockwood. But once we get back to Rockwood, we've got to forget about this one tonight, because we got a big one coming up next week. And I did it jokingly, but they understand where I'm at. They've been around me. They know, how I feel, and we're going to prepare every week, as hard as we possibly can. But just the rivalry that we have with Hammer, it's great. It's been going on for a very long time. We all know that. It's really second to none, if you ask me. So, you can throw out all the records and all that stuff, and just get ready to have a heck of a ball game hopefully next week.
Well, it's definitely going to be a good gate for you guys. Always a good thing for Roane County. It's always huge, even Kingston, right? But it's definitely going to be a good gate for you guys. I'm looking forward to see what you guys do. It's going to be exciting. I won't be there. I will be monitoring and see how everything goes, Coach, and I wish you the best of luck. Guys, you have anything for Coach Webb at Rockwood?
I don't think so. And, Coach, please call us back again next week to let us know the results, win or lose. We would like to hear from you again.
Okay, that sounds good, and I really appreciate you guys for doing what y'all do.
Yeah, congratulations on the win, Coach. Keep moving forward. Go Tigers.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Go ahead, call. You're on the air.
How you doing?
Good. Who's this?
It's Coach Kevin Lane, Central High School.
Kevin Lane, Coach. How you doing, Coach?
What's up, Pendergrass? How you doing, buddy?
I'm blessed, man. Tell me something slick so I can slide, Coach.
You got to come up with something new there, DJ.
I like it. I like that line.
Give us a little bit about your game tonight. I know.
I hear you a little bit, but not great.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the game tonight.
It was, it was a game we felt comfortable about, and no slight against Campbell County or anything like that. We've been playing pretty well. Kids are excited about our program, excited about practicing. They felt really good and confident about it after the big win last week. And biggest thing tonight is we went up there and executed early. We got the lead we wanted, and then we got off the field with nobody injured, and got back home, and looking forward to next week.
Indeed, Coach.
Who do you play next week, Coach?
We play Clinton at home.
Clinton at home. I'm glad you brought that up. Speaking of Clinton, they lost a heartbreaker tonight, and hopefully, hopefully that can be a good game for everyone on both sides of the field. Tell us about Clinton and what you see from Clinton.
Well, I haven't seen a ton of film on them yet. Obviously, we'll trade film with them tomorrow, and I'll kind of get an eyeball on them. I know skill player wise, they can match up with about anybody. Yeah. With the Maddox kid and big 6'5" receiver that can run by you, and they've got another kid on the other side that they feel pretty good about as well. And they're playing both quarterbacks. Both of them have a little bit different skill set from what I've been told and kind of what I've seen, just a little snippets of. But they're coming to Central and Fountain City, and it'll be an exciting game, and it's a big game for us. But it's another big region game. Yeah. With a win in that, would put us 3-0 in our region, and be 4-1 overall. So we just look forward to another challenge and another week.
Coach, tell us about who you're proud of tonight.
Oh man, the good thing about tonight and starting the second half, we were able to get a lot of kids on the field, and a lot of young kids got to play. Good. And we executed pretty well on both sides of the ball there. And I thought defensively we still flew around against Campbell County's starters and got a good big fourth down stop there, and kind of middle of the third quarter, toward the end of the third quarter, and got the ball back, scored a touchdown. But again, our quarterback tonight was. I think he was 11 for 15 for 233 and 3 touchdowns, and ran 30 yards for 1.
Wow.
And then Javson Badgett had 5 catches for 174 and 2 touchdowns. And then tonight, the one good thing about our running back got going a little bit tonight, our big guy, and had 100 rushing yards on 11 carries, and had a touchdown on a catch, on like a swing pass. But it was a good night for our guys, and I thought they gave us a few different formations that we hadn't seen defensively, so we had to kind of adjust on the fly there, and thought our kids did really well with that and played physical and fast and had a lot of fun.
Good, man. That's the key thing when you going into games, regardless if it's a dogfight or if it's, and I don't want to say Campbell County is a walk in the park or anything, but when they're kind of easy ball games. You still want to execute your game plan, but then again, you want to have fun. At the end of the day, that's why you strap up is to go out and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was, and one. I'll say this tonight too. I missed this one just talking about it, but I thought our special teams tonight was outstanding.
Wow.
That's big.
We and a little bit against West, we were a little bit. I wouldn't say complacent, but just kind of. Not great on special teams, and I kind of pride myself on that because I coach most of the special teams, just because I kind of want to give a lot of responsibility to some of my other coaches on the defensive side of the ball.
Right.
So this week we really focused on that and kind of got back to the basics of that stuff, and I thought we had a really good night there.
And that comes up big later. Like special teams plays a big factor when you get into playoffs and later games. Like if you can pin them and make them go 80, or if you're getting short field drives, that's big in big ball games.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And like last week against West, we got a punt block there. And, they kind of built a little momentum there, at the start of the fourth quarter, and they blocked that punt after we kind of kicked it around a little bit on offense. So then when we got the punt blocked, I went back on that and watched the film, so we've got to correct that stuff because everybody's going to do the same thing. And then Campbell County tried to do it the one time we had to punt tonight, and we picked it up and protected it how we wanted to.
And that's good. That means they're learning, right? You're making steps learning.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, we do appreciate you calling. Please call again next week and tell us about the game on a unexpected win. And Coach, good luck.
All right, man. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I enjoyed your talk.
Coach Kevin Lane there from Central. I had a conversation with Coach Lane about a week or so ago. Do we have another caller on the line?
We do have another caller on the line.
Who do we have on the line?
Who do we have on the line right here?
Hey, guys. It's Coach Harper. How are y'all?
Coach Harper. Go Bobcats. Congratulations.
From Bobcats to Bobcats.
You know, Coach, before you continue, I kind of harped on this last week, and you do not have to respond to me, but I'm just going to call it how I see it. I had a feeling the score would be how it was, not because of a bad coach. I think Coach Gibson's a great coach. He's a good man, good coach. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, Wartburg does not have a good community build around its football program. And I don't know why that is. So, again, you don't have to respond to that. You don't need to.
I will. I disagree with that. I think they do. Coach Gibson is building them up, and they're going to be all right. But, Coach Harper, you can talk about your victory today and how it went.
Yes, Coach.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate that opportunity, DJ. And like DJ said, man, I did see a lot of good things out there whenever we went out there tonight, and I do think that community is doing their best to support them and all that. So I would never put another community or program down. You know, I've seen a much improved football team from that program. So I do think Coach Gibson's doing a good job. But for my guys, you know, just proud of them going out and finishing the job for this week. You know, that's what we talk about each week. It's just trying to be 1-0 that week and try to stack wins whenever you can in the region. And anytime you get a region win, in our region, it's a tough schedule every week. So, you know, just really happy for our guys. You know, thankful for good coaches to put our guys in good positions to be able to have success. And you know, again, we was able to achieve what we set out to do, and that's be 1-0 this week.
There you go. That's the start, right? That's the start.
Yes, sir.
Coach, who were you proud of the most today after the win?
You know, obviously I'm proud of this senior class. You know, they've done a good job in this football program of ever since they came in with me. You know, they were freshmen whenever I took this program over, and they just they continue to do what I asked them to do weekly, and I know that as a coach, you hear different coaches say different things, but man, it's a blessing to me that they do. So you know, even after many years of coaching them, because I coached a lot of them in middle school as well.
Yeah.
They still believe in what I'm asking them to believe in and do, and so that's huge for me and huge for our program. So I'll go with them. Just overall, you know, happy for our community. It's always very supportive, and tonight we had a ton of fan support. So good. Happy for our program, our seniors, our community.
Coach, let me ask you about Jaden Early. I know you had a transfer come in, Jaden Early. I feel like he's a utility knife for you. How is he refitting in, because those are my guys out there with the Jays, but how's he refitting in with your structure, and how's he handling the Bobcat way?
Man, Jaden has done everything you ask of him as a coach, and you know, he came in and we asked him to play offensive line, and he's done a really good job of going up there and giving us a solidified starter. He's played a little bit of defensive line, a little bit of linebacker. Jaden really helped us special teams a whole lot. You know, he does a great job at kickoff, covering and different stuff. But man, he's just started in the last few weeks, really getting comfortable, and he's a good leader. He's one of those guys he's a no nonsense guy, kind of he's in practice, but I've noticed on our team group chat and different stuff over the last few weeks on Sundays, he's sending out, stuff that, hey guys, we got to get focused. We got to, come out and have a good week of practice, stuff like that. And that's just leadership. Wow. And it's something we needed. And I love that kid, and we're happy to have him here.
Coach, who do you play next week?
We got Greenback.
Yep.
So we'll be coming off a win over Harriman.
And you're going to Greenback.
Yeah, we got to go to Greenback. We finish out our 3-week stretch on the road. So,
a very hostile environment there.
And considering the history, it will be more hostile.
What now?
Considering the history of Greenback and Oliver Springs, I expect it to be really hostile.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, in this region, it's tough to get a win every week. So we'll try to enjoy it a little bit this tonight, and so in the morning we'll start preparing for them. And they're a team that has had a lot of history of winning, and so I think that tonight made it back to 2-2 for them, and give them a region win. So we have to be ready to prepare on Monday and try to go be 1-0 next week.
There you
Absolutely.
go. There you go. 1 week at a time.
One last thing, Coach. We always talk about the players. Obviously, the head coach gets to call in to talk about it. You've built yourself a great quality set of coaches that surround you. Give a shout out to some of those coaches before we get off here with you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with, the guys that's been with me for years and years, and they're not in necessarily big-time roles or coordinator roles or anything like that, but they, Coach Wendell Jones, he's been with these kids for his whole life, and he's done a great job with them as young lads to teach them the fundamentals. Coach Toomey, our running backs coach, he's helped them since middle school. And then obviously every good coach has really good coordinators.
Mm-hmm.
And Brent Kelly and Dylan Jones, we brought him in this year. Just really, they've both done a really good job with our offense over the years. Brent over the years, and Dylan adding some special touches to it this year, and trying to transform us and take us even further. Then on the defense coordinator side, Terry Hill and Xavier Mitchell do a fantastic job of putting our guys in position to succeed. Just an all-around great coaching staff. Coach Kegley does a fantastic job with our special teams and our defensive backs. I tell everyone the best coaches, the best coaches that have a lot of wins and a lot of different things, they had really good coaches underneath them that could do the job. And I have no doubt if something were to happen to me and I couldn't be there to coach next week, that these guys would have our football team ready to be able to take the field and try to accomplish the goal. So that makes it a lot easier.
That's good.
It's just the whole all around staff. We have a really good coaching staff.
You got a family. It's a family.
Coach, one of the best things, whether it's owning a business or owning a football team, they don't work for you, they work with you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well
These
said,
guys
Coach.
show up, they put in the time, they give back, they care about our kids. That's the number one thing, and that's the reason we've been able to be successful, is we have good relationships with our kids, and that's where it always starts. So I'm thankful for them, thankful to be leading this program.
Coach, you are a great leader, great coach. I always enjoy seeing you win because you deserve it, your family deserves it, and Oliver Springs deserves it. And on that note, please call back again next week.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else on the line?
Negative.
So let's go over these stats with Oliver Springs. Go ahead.
So I want to correct something real quick, so that way we don't have no confusion here. So earlier I mentioned that Harriman got the win this evening, and I looked at it the wrong way. That's my apologize. So
It's okay. Mistakes happen.
Harriman did lose this evening.
Harriman
38 to.
Yeah, they lost no matter the score. So
Harriman did lose, and I apologize for that. When I seen it, it was 16-13 Harriman. And I thought they wound up winning that, but it looked like that other team came back and wound up beating Harriman.
Harriman is still searching for their first win of the season. Hopefully, Coach Collier gets that next week.
Yeah, but still keep going, Coach.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah, well, you know what? I went and seen Rockwood, and I went out and I seen Harriman. I seen Harriman early on before they really. I was at their first practice, And I knew Coach Caillou Graham had a long way to go with what he had. I know he has some pieces out there that are very talented, but I think next year, the year before, after next, he have a better grasp on things and what he wants to do. Kids may be coming in and things like that,
Right.
but Rockwood, they seem pretty solid, all the way around. I've seen both of them. If I had to pick one or the other, I would definitely go with the Tigers on that. Everybody knows I love Coach Graham, but this is a sports show, and I want to call it. I'm not biased to someone that I love. So basically, Harriman, they have a long way to go.
What do you have to tell us about the stats?
So the stats with Oliver Springs, looks like Carson Sieber had 2 receptions for 12 points. Looks like a total of 12 yards there.
12 yards.
Yeah, 12 yards. Jackson Jett, who I call Ricky, looks like he had 3 runs, 3 receptions. 1 is miscellaneous, and he had a total of 42 points.
So is he?
This is overall. This is as of right now. Is that right, Brad? Up until this week. So Carson Sieber.
5 rushes for 71 yards.
5 rushes for 71 yards.
5 catches for 100.
5 catches for 100. And Jackson Jett, he's a special talent. He can go anywhere at any division. I don't care if it's 6A or 1A. Jackson Jett will be on the field playing. He's that special of a talent.
He's a good basketball player too.
He's
a defensive dog. I've seen Jett. Listen, I want to point out something. When I see Jackson Jett play on the basketball court, he reminds me a little bit of me. He's got some spunk to him.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't say he pisses people off. He's like a little ant in there trying to make everyone mad.
I
I love
that. Is
that. I'm so about that energy. So if Jackson Jett is watching, I am so about that energy.
That is
keep
his
it up.
role. And
Keep
Lance
being a
Jones
defensive
does a
dog.
good one with him,
Who do we have
so.
on the line?
Mike Hendricks.
All right, we will go to Mike Hendricks.
Let's go to Mike Hendricks.
Go ahead, you're on the air.
All right, then. I don't even know who to address this question to.
It ain't me.
I think I've got about 3 guys that are partial to certain high school football teams.
Not 3.
I'll address it to my man there, DJ Pendergrass there. DJ, you listening, brother?
You know I am. How you doing, Mr. Hendricks? Thanks for calling in.
Oh, I'm doing good there. But I just wanted to get your opinion on something there. I know with this, gosh almighty, the world of NIL money and it's transitioned into high school football.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know who that one guy is that left. He's dressed in Anderson County stuff, but they've got at least 6 or 7 transfers in, about 5 or 6 from Bearden and 1 from Memphis. But I would just like to know how the community reacts with local players that have come up through NAGAF and the rest of the program, and they're in high school, and they think it's their time, and then all these transfers come in. I mean, I don't know how the community reacts to that.
Well, I'm glad you addressed that to me because it's 10 transfers, and the kid from Memphis is actually one of the kids from Bearden as well. They also got a kid from Campbell County as well. Those kids are singled out because most of them going to Anderson County, obviously, those kids come from Bearden, superior athletes, right? But if you look over at any other schools, there are transfers coming in from 2 to 10 at a time as well. And I can name them, right? There's kids that come in all over the place. So how does the community react? A parent is not going to be happy when a kid comes in from somewhere else and they've grown up, just say Anderson County, all their life, NAGAF, Norris, all the way to Anderson County. A parent's not going to be mad. But as you first mentioned with NILs and all these things going on, just like college, just like NFL, high school is a business. Coaches want to win state championships, and it's easier, even at especially at the college level, to get a transfer to come through instead of getting somebody out of high school and try to fit that bill. So coaches want kids that can play now, and if kids are willing to make that move and transfer, whether it's Anderson County, Clinton, Oak Ridge, Cofield, Oliver Springs, those coaches are going to take those guys in. It sucks for the people that played all year long, but when you got a guy that's just that great, you got to put your best kids out there if you want to win. It's all about getting a goal ball.
Well, I can understand that too, but it just, I don't know how. I don't know about the rest of the team there. How, when they're sitting there waiting their turn and all these transfers come in. I mean, how does it mesh with the rest of the team?
Well, at the end of the day, DJ put it out best. This isn't a game about feelings. It's business. We're here to win. Whether it's Anderson County, Oak Ridge, that's just it sucks because we understand what you're saying. A kid grows up his entire life being an AC fan and wants to play for the high school, but he doesn't get his time. At the end of the day, the coach is going to put the best athlete that gives him the best chance to win the football game. It is a business. This ain't the game of feelings. This is the game of business and winning. So, and what you mentioned about...
You hit it right on the head there. It's not a really a game of the community or nothing. It's a business.
Yeah. Mr. Hendricks, let me ask you something there. You're coaching, let's just say you're coaching the Sevierville Rabbits, okay? You're a head coach, and all of a sudden you get all these guys that want to come to your program to be a part of your community, to be a part of something that they want to be a part of, and you've had kids your whole life, and it was their time up. Do you tell those kids no, or do you accept those kids and put them on the bench and let those kids that grow up in your community just go ahead and play that game? That's politics.
Well, there's a couple of different ways to look at it, DJ. The kids that I've been coaching up all along there, how are their parents going to look at me?
Those parents don't pay your bills.
It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter how they feel about you.
Yes, it is. I wouldn't say it's really all about winning, but in the bigger programs, yes, you are expected to have a certain standard, and the standard at Anderson County is the standard. You are expected to be your best. You are expected to do 110%, no matter who you are, where you came from, or what background you are. When you step on the field at Anderson County, you're stepping on the field because you've earned your spot, and you're going to give the coaches 110%. Now, as far as
all about winning,
it is about winning.
Yeah, I mean that's what you strap up for, right? You don't want to go out to lose. Who wants to go lose? I definitely don't want to lose a ball game. So if the gentleman coming in gives us
there, but I don't know. It just
no, you're all right.
It sort of seems a little unfair and to a certain degree, but I understand there because I know my grandson, he's friends with a couple of guys from Bearden that transferred to Anderson County, but they're getting paid NIL money to come up there.
I'm going to say that's false. There's no reports out of that. There's Anderson. You cannot. In order before you can even transfer over to Anderson County, you have to submit an out-of-zone transfer paper, and it has to be accepted. Tim Parrott and the school board has to accept the transfer. If they don't accept the transfer, then that kid can't come.
But NIL has nothing to do with the schools. If there's a car lot that wants to give my son NIL deal, that has nothing to do with schools.
Right.
So if the coaches have connections with that, but also the coach has to answer to the athletic director, right? And so the parents don't write their paychecks. So at the end of the day, the community wants to win. It sucks for those kids. I'm with you 100%, Mr. Hendricks, 1,000,000%.
Well, I guess one case I can give you there, and he's a really good kid there. My grandson's really good friends with him. It's with Booby.
Booby Lavelle.
Booby, he won a state wrestling championship as a sophomore at Clinton High School.
At Clinton, yep.
He transferred to Bearden High School as a junior, and he's went from Bearden High School up to Anderson County right now.
Well,
but I don't think he's moved any, but it's been approved. And according to my grandson, he's been paid money to come up there for his gas money and everything else to come up to Anderson County.
It is what it is. Hey, real quick, I remember what you mentioned earlier about.
These are all out.
Hold on. I'll let you get your turn. I just want to point out what you said earlier. You said earlier it's unfair. Well, as you already know, being a older gentleman, I'm not calling you old, but you're definitely older than all of us, it sounds like.
I'm older than both.
And that's okay.
You guys.
And that's okay. But you mentioned it's unfair. Well, that's life. Life is unfair, and that's what these other kids are. They're going to take something away from this, whether it's learning something on the football field or learning something outside of it in regard to not getting playtime. They're going to learn something, and they're learning it's unfair, and all we care about. The varsity cares about is winning football games. All right, Alan, go ahead.
So, on the side note on this, so the one thing that this NIL deal, and just so we are clear on this, there's never been no reports on anything that Anderson County is playing players. There's nothing of that sort out there. I've never read anything like that. I haven't read.
That's fake. God, that sounds like fake news, but we'll leave it at that.
Anyways, besides the fact,
hold on, let me cut you off, Alan. Let me cut you off.
And I love the guy to death there, old Lion Larry there.
Lion Larry.
He had a pipeline from Campbell County down to Anderson County.
Yeah. Mr. Andrews, let me ask you this question. Do you know for a fact that there's not a kid at the Clinton Dragons that is getting paid NIL money?
I could not answer it. I really couldn't there because
I could answer it, but I'm not.
If I was able to answer that, I could tell you this. They've got a wide receiver there that's all state. Bryson Maddox, he could have went to any high school he wanted to go to in the state.
Yeah.
But
I thought he was going to AC.
He was loyal to Clinton High School.
Yeah, he was loyal to his girlfriend, for sure. Listen, Bryson Maddox is my guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't need to go anywhere because he's going to get his offers and he's going to play at the next level.
Yep.
He's very special, but even though there's allegations out there for AC, I heard Clinton has 6 drop touchdowns. Is that true? 6 drop touchdowns tonight. Is that true?
I hate to admit it, but yeah, he did.
Really,
he had
they
a couple
did?
of drops, but
And they only played one quarterback.
He's still a heck of a player. But I was going to ask these AC guys over here.
I'm not AC. Let me go ahead and clarify that right now. I ain't AC. This guy, what you see, he's got on. He's AC. I ain't AC. I ain't AC, homie.
What's going on with J.D. Gillum? Is he out for the year, or is he still to come back?
So I can only speak on what that I know. Okay, so JD's out with a collarbone injury. JD's going to be out a couple weeks. They're hoping he's back the week before Alcoa, maybe Alcoa, but if not, then possibly playoffs. Right now, Booby's got the helm of the. He's got the steering wheel.
So is Booby? Is he the starting quarterback right now?
Booby will be the starting quarterback for the remainder of the season. Yes.
Okay, so are they still throwing the ball, or are they?
Oh yeah, Booby's fine. Booby's just got to learn the offense. He had a interception tonight that was he didn't look off. He didn't look off the defender. He stared his receiver down the whole time. So I mean, he's got some things to learn. But yes, once he calmed down and started making his reads and started making his pitches, like they started running the ball a little bit more with that triple option. But they looked really good.
That's kind of what I thought there when JD went down. I thought, God, are they just going to go strictly triple option, or are they going to be able to throw the football a little bit? So,
well,
Booby's a heck of an athlete.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yes, hats off to Booby Lavelle. Yes, he is a heck of an athlete. Like you said, he was a state champion for Clinton 2-3 years ago. I'm kind of hoping he wrestles for Anderson County. I don't know. He might focus straight on football being his senior year. A lot of them do. So
he's a wrestling. His family is a wrestling.
So he might So
his family is a wrestling.
Coach Sloan for Anderson County might get another state championship a wrestler there again, because he had one with Bigham last year at light heavyweight. I think Bigham wrestled light heavyweight. But anyways,
he's an athlete. But all right, I appreciate you guys, DJ.
Yes,
and,
sir.
Well, I don't know. I think I've got Oak Ridge, and Anderson County on here.
hook 'em, baby, hook 'em.
All right, you guys can have a good evening, and I appreciate talking to you.
Thank you for calling in, as always, Mr. Hendricks. Have a blessed night.
DJ, you think I can wrestle with Booby?
Well, Booby
Yeah.
destroy you, dude.
Yeah, no. Well, see, the difference is your age and experience. I think you can wrestle with Booby and make him the best in the world, is my opinion. He's athletic, but he's very coachable.
Did you wrestle?
I know a couple things.
Did you? I wrestled. I was ranked 8th in the state of Pennsylvania, PIAA. I was ranked 8th in the state of Pennsylvania my
I think you'll beat him
junior
every
year.
time, but I think you can make him the best in the world.
Word. And on that note, I just want to point out something. We've already talked about this, but now that you're here, let's go and talk about it.
Is there anybody on the line?
We have no one on the line. Yeah. We're going to go ahead and take a commercial break, and then we're going to get back to it.
Yeah.
The Free Medical Clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward.
Especially for our rural and minority neighbors.
With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved.
For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
This week on Rivalry Friday, it's Harriman at Rockwood. Coverage starts at 6:30 p.m. on the Knox.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
Hi, I'm Rick Scarborough, State Representative. Friday nights are special in Anderson County. Football under the lights, warm weather, cool nights, and some intense rivalries. I want to congratulate the student athletes, the cheerleaders, the band, the teachers, the coaches. You've worked incredibly hard. Go out there, compete hard, and enjoy it. But nothing like high school football.
I wanted to continue my education after high school, but my family and I didn't think we could afford it. Then I found out that Roane State has the options to make college possible. Now I'm pursuing my dreams and will make my family and community proud.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
Cooler weather brings autumn-colored leaves and football time in Tennessee. Warm up with natural gas heat or enjoy the year-round comfort of natural gas water heaters, ranges, and clothes dryers. More affordable and reliable, natural gas keeps your home cozy while increasing its value. Whether you're a new home builder or a homeowner wanting an upgrade, consider all the benefits natural gas offers. Call us today or visit us online to learn more. Oak Ridge Utility District, your hometown natural gas provider.
Welcome back to the Free Medical Clinic, guys. Last year, the Free Medical Clinic provided over 15,000 patient appointments and diagnostics worth over $9 million in value of medical care for our communities, Anderson, Morgan, and Roane County. Thank you so much for the Free Medical Clinic for all you do. Guys, if you ever need anything, make sure you look up Free Medical Clinic. Those that are not insured, there's no cost to what you need, guys. Make sure you reach out to the Free Medical Clinic. We all need it, and they now do mental health as well. So welcome back to the show. Cody, Allen, we've been discussing a whole lot of things behind the scenes.
Honestly, it's been busier on here. I can remember more than what Cox was on last year, Jonathan Cox. So we've had like 10 coaches call and a bunch of other people call. So I think sounds like we've definitely upgraded from last year. Oh, speaking of, Jonathan Cox is on the other line. Let's go ahead and get him on. Go ahead, you're on the Oak Ridge Sports Show. What can we help you with?
The Oak Ridge Sports Show. If that's the case, you wouldn't be live.
Hey, Jonathan Cox, I just want you to know, like how you and Queen are treating me a couple years ago, I have the power. So you better be careful I'm pushing that button. But I will allow you to talk. Now, what do you have to say?
How about them Rams, baby? How about them Rams?
Who's that?
My name is Alan Noggle, Mr. Cox.
He is an Anderson County fan.
I'm an Anderson County fan.
What's up, Cox?
Alan who?
His name is Alan Noggle, Anderson County fan.
Is he an Anderson County fan or a Bulldog fan? They're kind of combined.
They are synonymous. This is true. They are synonymous. So what do you got for us tonight, Mr. Jonathan?
I was just calling in to say hi. I've not been able to call the show the last couple of weeks. We've been in Chattanooga last week and the week before that. We were at Carter, and I forgot to call you all, and I was just calling to see how things were going. And I heard that Clinton got beat tonight by Carnes. Was that an upset, DJ?
24-21 upset. They only played one quarterback. They've been going through the two quarterback deal. Benjamin didn't play last week. That's beyond an upset because they figured out the quarterback they want to have, and it's been confirmed that they missed about 6 touchdown passes.
Clinton played one quarterback. Is that what you said?
Yeah, Benjamin.
You have to play Benjamin.
Okay. Was he hurt last week?
Yeah. He got hurt against Oak Ridge. He went out early. They finished the game with the other guy, and then last week he didn't play versus Heritage. They lost against Heritage, and this week they had the Beavers in Clinton, and they lost that game as well with one quarterback.
Did they jump out to a lead in that game?
Yeah, they were up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I know it was 7-7 when I got the highlight from Benjamin connecting with Maddox, and then I didn't hear anything until the final score. So I don't know if they jumped up.
21-10 at one point.
Oh, Brad says 21-10 at one point.
Okay. Yeah, that's that's a young coach there at Clinton, and hopefully he'll get it figured out and get those guys. That probably had playoff implications on it.
Oh, it did. Because I didn't see how I don't see how a 2-region win team in that regions can make that 4th seed.
And Jonathan, real quick, before I let you continue, they may not even get 2, because looking at the rest of their schedule, they have next week, Knox Central, the week after that, Campbell County, at West, at South Doyle, they have Powell at home, Knoxville Halls. The only win I see is against Campbell County, and I say that's guaranteed because Campbell County has only scored 1 touchdown the entire year, and that was the first game of the season.
Wow.
So I think that's a guaranteed win for Clinton, but I mean, they might be. I don't.
Ain't gonna do it this year.
I don't know anything about West. I don't know how much they've lost, but if we're just going off name brands, they're beating Campbell County, and that might be it.
I would think South Doyle maybe is an opportunity for Clinton to get a win more so than a West.
Yeah, but that's a non-region
South Doyle end up winning tonight.
Who?
South Doyle. They end up winning.
They lost.
They lost to Carter.
They lost.
Did they?
They lost.
They lost to Carter. Yeah, but even if they do beat South Doyle, that's a non-region game. A one region win team in that region this year is not getting in the playoffs, and that's a good thing.
So Cox, Brad just sent me a screenshot of Clinton versus the Beavers. 2:38 to go in the third quarter, 21-10. So they came back with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter into the fourth to win the ball game. 24-21.
Yeah, I thought at one time it was at least a 1 or 2 score game.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's Oak Ridge looking this year? I know DB's down. It's not as good.
Coach, I'm not letting you get away with that. No. Well, hold on. I'm not letting you get away with that because here's why. They were 3-0 coming into Oak Ridge. So I appreciate you trying to down Oak Ridge like you always do every year, but DB is not down. They are. They were 3-0 coming into Oak Ridge.
But the teams they played, they barely scoot past. So DB is down. Aside of
DB's 3-0, DJ. I ain't letting you get on his train. Yeah, for past DB teams, you could argue.
But
he
asked how Oak Ridge was doing. So Oak Ridge has star power at every level on both sides of the ball. So from the offensive line to defensive line, they have at least one star that's getting looked at, going to the next level. Same thing at running back, quarterback, linebacker, and the DBs and safeties. Like, they have star power at every level. Oak Ridge is really going to be hard to beat early on. Maryville's probably going to be their best competition, week 10. And I think that game, as Cody has said
I'm
here,
insulted.
Will determine who's going to
face Oakland.
Yeah. Should be for a region championship.
Yeah, that'll be for the region championship.
So is that the October 31st game?
Yeah, I think so.
So they will play October the 30th. It's going to be a Thursday game.
Oh, it will be a Thursday game.
Yeah.
Is that a TV game?
Okay.
It's not a TV game.
Is Oak Ridge healthy this year? I know last year they were just extremely.
As of right now, they seem healthy. I mean, do you know anything?
No, they're completely healthy as far as we know. Mills doing great. You got Wayne doing great. Wayne Gibson.
We know JT Gormley. JT Gormley's out.
Is Gormley out? Yeah, okay, he's a hell of a linebacker. But I mean, everybody's healthy pretty much. I didn't know about Gormley being out, but yeah, they're healthy. Other guys, Howard's good. Presley's good. I mean, everybody that they lost last year is good and playing well.
Yeah, the stat that I read on Presley there now about his catch to touchdown ratio is very impressive.
8 for 8. He was 8 for 8. He was 8 for 8.
Yeah, we all know. Presley's he's a different animal. His confidence is through the roof, and he plays with it. So it's very cocky in a good way, in a football manner. But great kid, making the grades, on his way to Miami, Ohio.
Really?
Well, what about the Oliver Springs Cofield era there, and what's going on down in that area? Is Jet having a good year, and Cofield's still the best team down there?
Well, Ricky Jet is always going to have a great game, and yes, he's so far having a great year. He's rushing. I forgot his numbers, but Cofield's is still the team to beat, period, point blank.
Okay.
And Jaquan Benton left Oliver Springs and is now at Cofield.
Now, did that happen this year?
That happened this year, yeah.
He's not.
Oh, wow.
He's not been cleared to play, but he is doing what he's supposed to do educationally for Cofield. And we talked to Benson Napier earlier, and he said he's doing what he's supposed to do, and he expects to see Jaquan play before the season.
Yeah. I tell you what, guys, I've watched high school football for a long time and got to see some really explosive players in the last 20 years over at Fulton High School. Got to see them play some really good football teams, and there's a kid Grace has right now named Jace Ballard.
Yeah.
Yes.
He
Is that the
scored 8
transfer?
touchdowns in 2 games.
He's the transfer from TKA, right?
What's that?
That's the transfer from TKA, right? Number 2?
No, sir. He played at Lakeway last year.
Lakeway, sorry. Lakeway. I said TKA, Lakeway.
We had 3 touchdowns tonight.
Out of all the people that got some transfers, Grace won the transfer battle with that kid.
Yes, for sure, and especially when you lose a guy like Terrion Thomas for the year. Caden Weber stepped up for them, and
even losing the quarterback.
Ballard stepped up for them. Tonight they played a backup quarterback who could play the remainder of the year, the Brayman kid. But, Jace Ballard, and then they got a guy named Jackson Coffey, and he's always around the football. But the Ballard kid is he just catches your eye. I mean, they got a lot of good football players, but his explosiveness and speed is it's pretty special. So, and I think that's the cool thing about college sports now. You get a guy like him, he's probably going to go lower level college football player. He's got such good ball skills and speed, but he don't pass the eye test. And when he gets out there and starts doing his thing, you get that chance to play bigger football now.
Right.
So, but it seems like 3 good weeks of high school football. It's exciting times. I'm sure everybody will be looking for that Oak Ridge, Maryville, and Anderson County Alcoa as it goes on through the year. Hey, the Anderson County Bulldog fan, is he thinking Gillum comes back and plays this year, or
no?
The year?
Well, so I can speak on that a little bit. So they're hoping JD can come back like maybe the week before Alcoa or the Alcoa game. If not, I don't think they're really going to press the issue. I know they really want him back for playoffs. I know he I don't know if he broke or fractured, which a fracture is a break, right? So, or if he like splintered his collarbone, but I do know he injured his collarbone really, really bad that Catholic game. Yeah. And I can tell you that Mama kind of wants him to not push the issue, but when we get to playoff times, man, AC needs that quarterback that can spread the field like JD gives you another option that Booby doesn't give you.
Yeah, for sure. And I think if you look at the big picture, you probably don't have to play Alcoa to the quarters or semis or Greenville to the quarters or semis, so you probably want his first game back to be one of those weak round one playoff games, not Alcoa.
Right. And then I was thinking the same along the lines to you, Mr. Cox, too. And the crazy thing this year is that if you win your region title and you take number 1, you stay put rounds 1 and 2 and 3, I think. And 4 is the same way. 2 and 3 this year, if you make it out of round 1 and you get to 2, you're facing you could be facing Tullahoma, you could be facing Pearl Cone, or so. 2 and 3, they get the mix-up rounds 2 and 3 this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the elephant in the room down that region is Alcoa, so that's going to be.
And
they're going to be hard to beat. Cox.
Yeah, that Manu kid, man, he is something else.
Special.
Yeah.
Well, Jonathan, before we let you go, you still got those season tickets that you like talking about for UT?
Since you sound like you know so much about them, I won't talk about them tonight.
Perfect. Save a boathouse for me while you're at it. Coach, thank you so much.
What's your pick for tomorrow?
Great job, DJ. If you can get rid of the Oak Ridge guy, that show will keep getting better. The AC guy.
Oh, wow. What do you know about that? What about what happened? Wait a minute. Did you do that? What happened? What happened there? I think we lost him. Sorry, Jonathan Cox. Maybe call back next week. We appreciate you calling.
Cox,
enjoy your boathouse.
You have a good evening.
All right. Well, we can
calling in, man. You guys at 5-Star Preps do a great job. Really like watching what you guys do. Continue doing what you're doing. If you need any help, please let me know. Thanks for calling in.
Jonathan Cox, we do appreciate you calling in, even though your views are quite flawed and wrong. And I don't know what happened. So, DJ, let's talk about what does Clinton need to do to get on the right track? What's going on at Clinton? I think you have more knowledge than me in regard to football, so I want to hear what you have to say.
So, Cody, as you've heard me ask, just about every coach that's called in, I've asked about the guys in the trenches, right? I think that's where that's what Clinton's problem really is. They have the athletes that can compete with anybody, anywhere. The trenches is where ball games are won, and if those guys can't play 4 quarters of football on both sides of the ball, then they're doomed. Young coach, but they have a great coaching staff. I know they're coaching those boys up hard, have a great training facility over there, and they have all the athletes that we talked about. Like, they have athletes that can take it the distance anytime. It's really the trenches for me. I think early on, Clinton running the 2 different quarterbacks, actually 3 different quarterbacks.
Why are they doing that? That doesn't make sense.
That really made me mad about what Clinton had going on. You got to pick one, right? I know week 1 you got rained out and you was going to do that, and then so it didn't work. So you go next week and do the same thing. I think they should have came out and picked their quarterback. I've also noticed that Riker Arms, when he played against Oak Ridge, maybe had 2 touches, have the most yards than anybody else that ran the ball, and he only had 2 touches. They're putting
That's the 33 kid, right?
Yep, they're putting the kid who is a phenomenal talent who plays like 10 positions. Cam Anderson transferred from Harriman to Clinton. I really believe if they just nail down who's who and stick with it and roll with it, I think they have a better opportunity to compete the way I know they can. But if they can't get it done in the trenches, I don't think.
So on that issue with, like you said there, right? So sticking to one person per position, basically one form of team, right? So, and this is not a jab at anybody whatsoever, right? So I thought they did that last week with Eckerson. They put up 35 points against William Blunt. And then you come in and you start Jalen and you only put up 21. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, not saying that Jalen wasn't ready or nothing, but the boy was injured last week. Eckerson looked like he got comfortable with the offense. And then in a big-time game situation, which William Blunt was a big-time game situation, you mean to tell me that you give the helm to Jalen, who's missed and a crucial game time, playing time, right? That's a big thing. So, and then you don't play Eckerson. That to me right there was like, all right, yeah, Jalen did his, and I'm not saying that people didn't drop balls. I'm not saying that other playmakers didn't do their things, but the quarterback gets all the glory or he gets all the hate, right? So your issue tonight, you lost your game, and the only thing you changed was the quarterback. You almost won that game against William Blunt, and you put up 35 points, and you put a different quarterback in, and then you only put up 21.
Did you watch the film with Clinton versus Heritage?
I watched that game.
You watched the game?
I watched Heritage go march down the field on them. Clinton couldn't move the ball. They did the same thing. They used Jalen and they used Eckerson. They used Jalen and they used Eckerson. And it seems like, and I'm not saying Jalen's not a bad quarterback. Jalen's a really good quarterback. Jalen's going to do things at the next level that I think Eckerson's can't do, because Jalen's a pocket passer. If you look at the way he moves his feet, he stays in the pocket. But you don't have the line. You do not have the offensive line for a pocket passer right now, right? So, not saying Jalen's not a scrambler, but Eckerson has the body build to be a scrambler. And I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of the plays last week with William Blunt. But I wouldn't be surprised if Eckerson didn't make a lot of plays with his feet that where Jalen doesn't. You know what I mean? And Jalen does have rushing touchdowns on this. I'm not saying, I don't want to say Jalen's a really good kid.
So you would pick Eckerson over Jalen?
This week I would have.
I have an answer for all of us right here. There's some other behind-the-scenes stuff why they're starting.
Well, regardless of that.
Well, hold on. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that I have some good sources that why they're starting three different quarterbacks. So I'm not. Obviously I'm not going to say it on the air, but I think there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on at Clinton.
Well, they're trying to get their program going in the right direction. They got a young coach. I don't know if he's going to stay or not. Right? A lot of young coaches.
It's about winning. I don't care. I want the best player on the field. And
right.
As of what I saw, I don't know the Clinton roster. But what was the gentleman that started tonight?
Jalen.
He looked like the better. I could be wrong, but he looked like the better quarterback, and he has quite the arm. So I don't know the other kid, but all I know is there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff going on why there's been a quarterback rotation, and hopefully, I don't obviously root for Clinton much, but for the sake of the kids there and the culture in that program, I hope they can figure that out, because you're going to lose the locker room very fast if you continue to start different quarterbacks at the same, or if you continue to start different quarterbacks. And real quick, pull in. You're away from the. You're
sorry,
the TV,
sorry, I leaned back.
You're good. It's okay. Have a seat. Relax for a second.
Like DJ said, for Clinton, Coach Dawson needs to put his foot down. Like, this is your program, okay? You start who you feel you want to start, okay? Now, and that's feelings are going to get hurt, but at the end of the day, in order to bring players in, and this goes for Beard and this goes for Farragut, in order to bring players in that are going to try to go to AC or try to go to West or try to go to PAL or stuff like that, if you want to have a chance of getting those players, you need to start stringing together wins. Because wins is what these kids want nowadays. They want that quick fix.
They want money. Then they want wins.
Well, I don't know. I can't speak on the NIL deal. I know it's.
They want every male in high school, and you either want, not in any order, Girls, money, wins. That is a high school athlete right there. As you pointed out, Bryson Maddox is loyal to his girlfriend. You said it, not me. I didn't say it. You did. I'm just using your words against you. I never said this. He opened the door. I'm pointing it out. Money, girls, wins. Not in any particular order in high school football. So.
No, and once again, and to the Clinton community, please don't think that I'm bashing Jalen, because I'm not. I think the kid's going to do really great at the college level. I think he's ready for the college level. He looks like he's ready for the college level. 100%. But I just think for this home game, man, you string together 35 points with Eckerson last week. The kid was comfortable, and then you bring in Jalen, who missed a whole game. I just felt like maybe work him in if you got the lead or a
Would
decent...
you say he missed the whole game? He played the entire year last year as a starter.
Yeah, but he missed last week's game due to an injury, and that's big right now.
But he played the whole year as a starter last year, right?
But you're okay.
And if we're talking about today's game, we've had proof that there's 6 touchdowns passes that was missed.
Right. That's
when you say missed. Hold on.
That's not the quarterback's fault.
Hold on. Whoa.
Hold on. Let me finish that. If you're judging the score from last week to this week and say Benjamin only put up 21 points, well, you're absolutely wrong. 6 touchdowns was missed by dimes that Benjamin threw. You're weighing Eckerson over Benjamin, and I like Eckerson. I seen that boy play in the 7-verse-7. I've seen him play in these other games. He's an amazing quarterback. They're both the same, in the same age group. They're both juniors, and the guy has to figure out what's going on.
No, so the only reason why I say start Eckerson this week over Jalen is for the simple fact that with Jalen missing last week's game, coming into Karn's game, like Eckerson, yeah, they were losing early in that, but he got things going, right? So the team got comfortable with him. The team got to put 35 points up against William Blount. They had to work together as a team. Mm-hmm. Now I can go back and watch, and we can come on next week, and you can all correct me, and if I'm wrong, please let me know. I'm not scared to be wrong on this, but you had a chemistry there, okay?
Cody was right. There's some stuff going on that people
Which is rare.
My thing is you had a chemistry
that people don't know about. I know for a fact from sources what was talked about after that game they lost last week.
Well, regardless of whatever, I'm just saying that as a team with Eckerson, and this was even with previous games, they moved the ball really good with with him.
Yeah, he's a bad boy.
And Jalen, they moved the ball good with Jalen too. Jalen likes the deep shots a lot, okay, but you don't have the offensive line for that. You need to be an old Joe Montana 49ers offense, little 10-yard outs, little 6-7 yard slants. You know what I mean? Work the edges. Sidelines are your friend right now. You don't have a line for that. You got to get that ball out quick. Yeah. That was Joe Montana wasn't really good accuracy deep wise, but from line of scrimmage to 15 yards, he was the best quarterback in the planet. Right? It's kind of same thing you have with Jalen. Like he's a pocket quarterback. You don't have the offensive line. Jalen has the ability to get that ball out fast, right? That's what he's taught. That's how he's coached, right? But he likes to sit in there. With him sitting in there and being able to get that ball out fast with them short little routes, I feel like Clinton, I feel like Clinton can move the ball better, right? And now, granted, I didn't watch a lot of the William Blount games because I was watching the Anderson County game, but. You know, they were losing, and Eckerson and that team developed a chemistry there that I felt if you would have carried over to at least this week, get this win against Carnes. Because Jalen, they were winning, okay? Now, that's another thing on Clinton's
CJ.
Defense.
CJ, we got a phone call coming through. After this phone call, could you upload that highlight before we get out of here for the night?
But that's another thing Clinton needs to work on is their defense. Like, you had to win. Your defense should have turned into some dogs, man, and went after people.
I was about to say we probably have someone.
Yeah, probably.
We've got someone. Get ready. I didn't do it, so here we go.
I did it. I'm. What it needs to be said.
Here we go.
Good evening, sir. Welcome to the Free Medical Scoreboard Show. How are you? Pretty good, pretty good.
Our first mistake was talking about Clinton for 10 minutes.
Do what?
Our first mistake was talking about Clinton for 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, they might snap out of it.
They might, and they might.
Talking about
who do we have on the line,
caller? Back in the old days.
Who do we have on the line here, caller? What's your name?
I can't do that in secret.
Who do you root for?
I'm from Campbell County, and I sure ain't rooting for the Cougars this year. I'm too old.
So who do you root for?
Now look, they got to play West next week. That's going to be a loss. Then Clinton's coming in. That's probably going to be a loss. They've only scored 7 points in 16 quarters.
Right.
It ain't looking good.
No.
Well.
And, they was talking about that NIL and his transfers. That's what David Gibbon was. That's where he started, was Campbell County, the Cougars.
Yep. That's right.
But Clinton and Hensley, he played up here a couple of years ago. They done under the Price brothers, I believe, and they had a pretty good winning record. Now he's down in AC.
No, the Price brothers are at Grace.
Yeah, Price brothers are.
He's talking about these. That's just like that. Man, we're talking pro ball here. That's Parsons going to Green Bay. You know why he went to Green Bay, don't?
Who?
I'll tell you why.
He's talking
Parsons.
about NFL. He's talking NFL.
Yeah, Parsons.
We're listening.
Yeah, because Green Bay opened up a can of whip up on them a few years back down there.
Green Bay did?
No, he hung up. He tried to get in a one-hitter quitter there.
Green Bay opened up a whoop button on Dallas because he was talking about Michael Parsons. You do realize
Michael Parsons went because Jerry wouldn't pay him. Green Bay paid him.
Yeah. But Michael Parsons is a Penn State boy. Michael Parsons was a linebacker for Nittany Lions, buddy. And let me tell you something. That kid is a dog.
All right, real quick.
Yeah, we about to go. We got to go.
Yeah.
CJ, if you can upload that video for us before we get ready to get out of here, and Cody's going to close us down. This looks like Benjamin. Jalen Benjamin and the game versus Corns today. This was early on. 7-7. I think this touchdown made it there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That was a drop.
Okay.
Was that a drop? It was another drop. Another drop. That's 3 drops. Oh, my goodness. I wonder who sent this in.
Well, no, thank God. Please, thank God, because now I take back everything I said. I really do.
We just seen 3 drops.
Well, I don't take back everything I said. I still feel like chemistry would have been better.
Oh,
that's 4 drops. Wow. He's in the pocket like you said to get it out there.
Yeah, see,
they could have went either way. So 4.5. Oh my gosh.
Wow, never mind.
That's 5 drops.
Well,
oh my goodness.
I know.
We see it. I thought we had some highlight. Oh my.
The drop lights. So,
all right, so let me.
So real quick, hold on, real quick. I just want to talk about something.
Boom, boom, boom.
How do I say this? As nice as possible.
Please don't be nice.
Please don't be nice?
Don't be nice.
Okay. Well, I guess the receivers coach has some explaining to do why all these players are dropping their passes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so, now then then again, if you would have connected on all them, you would have won that ball game. And then I wouldn't have been sitting here saying that
they would have won by a lot.
Been the better quarterback tonight.
They would have won by a lot.
I didn't, like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'm wrong. I'm not, but at the end of the day, too, I feel like the chemistry would have been a little bit better with Eckerson. But out of that,
wow.
Receivers got to catch them balls, dude. Wow. I mean, they're in your hands.
CJ,
right
thanks for putting up that film for us, guys. We're a little bit over time here. Had a great time tonight.
Well, hold on. Who's winning the game tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to get into that. Thank you guys for sending the highlights, guys. Always remember, every week, we want to highlight your favorite player or highlight the misses, whatever it is. News at bbbtv12.com. That's news at bbbtv12.com. We want to make sure that we highlight your favorite player. Make sure that you send those highlights in. Cody, where we're going, baby?
Well.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I know we're going to talk about college. We're going to college football. We got Georgia versus Tennessee. But before we get that, we always want to thank our sponsors. Shout out to the Free Medical Clinic for everything that you do. Make sure you go to fmcor.org. That's fmcor.org to get more information. If you need care, go there and get started right away. Go to fmcr.org to learn how you can volunteer. Not just medical, but there are many non-medical roles work from home. So there's a lot of ways that you can be a part of it. And if you do not have any insurance, everything is free. You will not get a bill. It is fmcor.org, and that's the Free Medical Clinic. Please give them a call, and thank you, Free Medical Clinic, for all that you do for us here at the Free Medical Clinic Scoreboard Show.
DJ, who you have winning tomorrow? Georgia, Tennessee. Don't think with your heart. Think with your mind, DJ.
All right. Let me think with my mind. I'm going for the Vols.
You're going for the Vols, but do you honestly think they will finally break the streak of streaks?
Because they haven't won since, what was that, 2016?
Yes, the Dobbs nail boot. Yes, you're correct. Are we breaking the streak?
I want
DJ, use your words. Are we breaking the streak?
I got Vols beating Georgia tomorrow in Neyland Stadium.
Okay.
Alan.
So I'm going to go the opposite way. I like Tennessee. I really, really do, but I mean, you played Syracuse and they blew Syracuse out, didn't they? Kind of.
They did their job.
Yeah, they did what they're supposed to do.
And then you come in and you blow last week's team out, but now you get Georgia week 1, and if you look back years prior, Georgia's been really bad week 1, week 2, right? They have a couple really bad losses, a couple years in a row. Well, not losses, but they played either really bad or where they barely won, or they blew teams out week 1. And I think last year they struggled week 1 too. So, but I don't know, man. I think Kirby's kind of ticked off last year from Texas and Ohio State, and I think Kirby Smart comes out and makes a statement.
Do we have a caller right here?
No.
Oh well, we did.
So
but
my thing is, as much as I want to pick Tennessee, I really do. I love Kirby Smart. I love his philosophies. I love him as a coach. I really like Kirby Smart. He reminds me a lot of Davey Gillum.
Kirby's the man.
Yep.
What was that comparison you just made?
Kirby Smart, Davey Gillum reminds me a lot of Davey Gillum. Yep.
Davey Gillum's a bad boy.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, so I got Georgia, but I think it's going to be a close one, 21-17 Georgia.
I think the biggest question mark, and I could be wrong, but in my personal opinion, DJ, I'd love your opinion on this as well. Mm-hmm. The quarterbacks for both teams, question marks. This new guy for Georgia, don't even know who he is. I know he's not Jordan Beck. Jordan Beck was a veteran, solid veteran player for Georgia last year. Yeah. He's like 30 years old. Now he went to Miami for $10 million. Congratulations to him. And you have Joey Aguilar, who's looking like the obviously upgraded quarterback that we had from Nico Iamaleava. So that's the question mark is, how is this new quarterback for Georgia going to handle his first real environment in the SEC in Neyland Stadium? And how is Joey Aguilar going against arguably and possibly the best defense in the SEC? So whichever quarterback plays better, and actually let me rephrase what I'm about to say. Whichever quarterback doesn't turn the ball over.
So Georgia's quarterback, he played a little bit last year. He's a redshirt junior, I believe, this year. He definitely has some experience. He's very talented. He can move the ball with his arm and his legs. And, of course, Georgia has dogs all over the field on both sides. You had mentioned about their defense. Their defense is probably the most stellar defense in the NCAA, and defense wins championships. I don't know if the redshirt junior who's coming in for Georgia is going to be able to handle the ecstatic atmosphere that they have in Tennessee for 4 quarters long unless they get out on the Vols early and start just handling them, But if the Volunteers are competing for 3-4 4 quarters, I think they found a way to win with the crowd.
Oh yeah, right, and I see that too. You know what I mean? Like that game's not a non. Don't think Georgia's gonna come here and roll over Tennessee, right? Hey, that's not gonna happen. I think that's gonna be like I said. But I think, like you said, with the defense, Georgia's. I'm telling you, Georgia's mad about what happened last year with Texas, and Kirby's coming for payback, buddy.
Oh, I agree. Joey Aguilera, to your point, definitely looks like the upgrade to I'm a Lever. And impressed, but nothing to be impressed about. He has to play Georgia. He has to play Alabama. He has to play those teams to really showcase who he really is. T. Martin is the only guy that beat all of them. That's all I can tell you.
We will find, I think, a lot of answers, or excuse me, a lot of questions will be answered tomorrow about Joey Aguilar.
Is that a night game?
That is a 3:30 game.
3:30 game.
3:30 game.
It's going downtown, guys. If you want to meet me downtown, meet me downtown. And me and Cody's going to have just some
head out for the ball.
Yeah, we're going to give away free stuff and everything.
That's cool. If you've never done that, man, head out for the ball. And also, I know it's late in the broadcast, but man, communities, high school communities, man, keep attending these football games. I'm telling you, these kids feed off of it.
Yeah.
The more people you can get in your stands, I don't care if they're aunts and uncles from Timbuktu to Chinatown, man. Bring them down, fill the seats. These kids, they love it. And stay engaged with it. Don't when things aren't going your way, don't get quiet. But be respectful too, right? We gotta be respectful because we are adults, right? So, but stay engaged, man, because they feed off of it. They feed off of it, man. It's an energy that the 12th man is a real thing.
It's contagious.
If you're going to the game tomorrow, do be aware of the barking people at Neyland Stadium. They're quite annoying. So you're going to have a lot of Georgia Bulldog fans bark a lot. So just ignore them, maybe give them a treat, brush them aside. Just watch out for the barking people tomorrow.
Guys, thank you so much, Free Medical Clip, for joining the Free Medical Friday Night Scoreboard Show. We'll be here every Friday night. If I'm not in attendance, Cody and Alan is doing a great job. Make sure you open your arms for them. Give us a call in. Coaches, make sure you call in. Parents, make sure you send those highlight videos. It's very important. We want to highlight your kid. News at bbbtv12.com. Send in the highlights. And you don't have to send them in the day of. If you hear this now and you want to send them from next week, we can get those played as well. So it's been a wonderful night. Alan did a good job. Cody did a great job. Coach DJ Pendergrass, we really appreciate you.
You did the best job out of all of us, so thank you, DJ.
Well, I don't know about that.
Hey, we can all say
you said it best earlier. With each other, not. What did you say to Coach Napier?
When it comes to organizations, business, football, they don't work for you; they work with you.
And the width that we had today brought in about 10 phone calls from coaches.
10 different coaches, yeah.
So Cox called in. Mark Packer called in.
Good energy, man.
Who?
So thank you, Cox and Mark Packer out there who called in. We appreciate that. All the college coaches, all you guys out there watching, go ahead and make someone aware. Please share. Let everybody know. We'll be on the Friday Night Scoreboard right here at BBB TV 12. And until next week, guys, shout out to Brad and CJ in the back who makes it all happen. Salute. Have a great night.
Hook 'em, baby.
The Free Medical Clinic provides primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward.
Especially for our rural and minority neighbors.
With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved.
For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks?
See or can
$4,800 a year plus your electric. The length of the camper is limited to a 30-footer. And you can put underpinning under it and all that, live there full time. My number is 865-457-51.
Everywhere you look, you can find unexpected things that make you smile. Little reminders to care for your heart. At Covenant Health, we bring more heart to more places. That means more locations, advanced treatments, and expert physicians. Because we know your heart beats for more than just you. It beats for the people, moments, and dreams that matter most. More heart in more places for you. Covenant Health. Let our strength be yours.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
What it's all about. Oh, yeah, definitely. Blankenship Field, one of the premier places for high school football in the state of Tennessee. A lot of history here. And then this rivalry, they played a little over 40 times, but it has been heated over the years, and both teams coming in here undefeated. That's as good as it gets.
Yeah, and Dobbins Bennett goes all the way back to World War II days. You know, they started playing football in 1940 over in Kingsport. Oak Ridge followed that up, and they kind of went back and forth over the years. This has been one of those storied rivalries of two programs that have just been here for so long, and they took a little time off. And what's different now is Oak Ridge is now in 6A. These two teams could play each other again in the playoffs. Before we get rolling on tonight's game, as the Wildcats make their way up the 72 steps to glory, this is 72 steps back to the locker room. Let's take a look back at last night's game as Alcoa flexed their muscles in a win over West. Here's Austin Price and Eric Kane.
Here on Rivalry Thursday, Alcoa does what Alcoa always does, and they run away and hide against a West team that's still trying to find their footing. 35-0, Eric Kane.
Yeah, trying to find their footing, but again, Alcoa doing what Alcoa does from the first drive here. That's Shamir Dean on a slant, getting them down inside near the red zone here. And this takes you down inside the 10, set up this run play from at the 1 for
Micah Jones. One of two first-half touchdowns for Jones. Alcoa had a little bit of a resistance for that West defense tonight, but Mondu was fantastic. Look at the play fake, and then he finds this guy right here, Jamarius Abuhanya, and Abuhanya finds 6.
Yeah, really nice play there, rolling out. But this is the big explosive play of the first half. Condis Cherry, 81 yards to the house. And this put Alcoa up by 4 scores in the first half, 28-0.
Quicker than a hiccup, Mark Packer would say, and he does just that. And then the second touchdown for Micah Jones in the first half. After this nice run down inside the 15, Jones finds it right there.
Yeah, looked good. Got hurt on that play, but he came back in later. 35-0 is the final score. Rolling clock in the second half. This is that final touchdown here.
Abuhanya,
your guy,
another touchdown, and Alcoa continues to roll on. They stay undefeated. West looking for their first win of the year. They might get it next week. They travel to Campbell County. Mark, back to you guys out there at Oak Ridge.
All right, guys, thanks. Hey, Rivalry Friday is presented by Carson Newman. Looking forward to having Dr. Charles Fowler, Carson Newman president, live with us up here in the press box coming up at halftime. By the way, the Eagles off to a 2-0 start on the football field as well. Let's welcome in the third member of our team, Sophie Starkey, down on the sideline. Sophie, two really good quarterbacks in this one.